With sleet and rain in the morning, then intermittent rain in the afternoon before ending. Snow and sleet can accumulate 1 to 3 inches with thick travel during the morning hours before the changeover takes place, with 3 to 6 inches well north of the city. The high tomorrow near 40. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Sunny skies, 27 degrees now downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors, The Chris and Amy Show.
You know who it is.
Also, if you didn't know, this is called The Show.
Yeah. On 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Good morning, everybody. It is a Friday. We just had a day off. Now we're back at it. Then we're going to get another day off tomorrow.
Nice.
Feel free to join the show. 314-436-7900. You could text it. You could call if you want to, but we love text messages. We love your voice messages on the Odyssey app. The app is on your app store if you're one of the Apple people. If you have an Android, it's Google Play. So you can go, actually, KMOX.com. You can get the app there, too, AUDACY. And you can listen to the show live, and you can leave us voice messages from it. You can also watch us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. We are at Chris Amy KMOX.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everyone will be talking about.
It's Black Friday. That means some of you psychopaths are out there shopping today. Also, winter weather is on the way. Snow is expected overnight in the St. Louis area. Get up to 8 inches in some parts of the listening area, or it could. And the Chiefs lose Thanksgiving Day football in Dallas. Blues will take on Ottawa this afternoon. That's our 3. And as soon as I said the Chiefs lose Thanksgiving Day football, the smile on John Hancock's face. Ear to ear.
You know, it was the first time on Thanksgiving in my adult life that I've ever rooted for the Dallas Cowboys.
Why are you rooting against the
What's your
the
problem
Chiefs?
with the Chiefs?
They're too much, too much.
Too much Chiefs?
Really?
Yeah, you gotta spread the love around a little bit. Somebody else is going to win the Super Bowl this year, and that's good.
Huh.
So basically, Kansas City, they probably have to win out. They have to win the rest of their games to get in.
And that's no guarantee, even with that.
So we'll talk to Danon Hughes, Chiefs analyst and former wide receiver. He's with us every Friday at 11:30, and so we'll talk to him about what happened yesterday. I'm just stunned that they are where they are and that it just hasn't been going well because they have the best quarterback in the world. And when you have that guy, you're usually not 500 this deep into the season.
Yeah, but I will say his numbers have not borne that he is the best quarterback in the NFL in recent years. That's all I'm going to say.
But I mean, you're right. But when it's go time, he's usually
clutch. No,
he usually goes.
Mahomes is clutch.
I think the thing that's most interesting to me about your, issues with the Chiefs is you're a homer. You're a hometown guy. And I'm not suggesting Kansas City is our hometown, but it is our home state.
It is.
And you typically
hold on.
what?
Let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
Do people in Kansas City root for the Blues?
No,
I think they do.
Who?
No.
What percentage
I think
of
any
Kansas
of those
City?
who are interested in hockey over in Kansas City probably root for the Blues.
I bet they don't.
I bet they don't too.
I bet they don't out of spite.
Yeah.
Really, the Blues play a couple of games a year there.
They probably root for the Stars or some BS like that.
When they go through their pre games when they play, they go over and play at the Sprint Center over in Kansas City.
What? Still, I bet they don't.
Well,
I mean, like if you happen to be a Kansas Cityan, we would like to know if you root for the Blues or if you know somebody from Kansas City who roots for the Blues. Let us know.
Yeah. And more likely, they've had to root for the Cardinals in the past because, they got that AAA baseball team over there. If they want to see a world championship team, they usually have to root for one of the.
Well, they're going to have to wait a while.
Well, yeah, that may not happen here for a while.
Yeah.
We're
But
rebuilding.
You know what, though? You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe
anything can happen.
Yeah, the Cardinals can suddenly develop a rotation in 3 months.
Strike lightning. They could strike lightning. We got this new guy. Dick Fitz.
Yeah.
And, he's a right-hander. Looks kind of bulky. So
He does look bulky.
He probably throws a pretty decent fastball.
I don't know if he's going to be on the, if he'll start next year.
He won't make it into the roster.
He might.
I have to tell you, I enjoy listening to Hein Bloom talk Yeah, I don't even know what he's saying. The man's got a great voice. I mean, he has a voice that sounds like he ought to be on radio. So when he was, we made this trade and blah, 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 and blah, blah, I thought everything's going to be okay with this guy in charge. I don't even know what he's saying.
Here's what I'll tell you about Chaim Bloom. I think as the new president of baseball operations, he's gotten sort of at least in Boston, he wasn't given a fair assessment because a lot of what went wrong there was above him.
The ownership.
It was his ownership. They made him trade Mookie Betts.
Yep.
So it's not like he did all of this awful stuff and they had to fire him. I mean, when ownership gets involved and they start getting their hands dirty, a lot of times that's when things go bad, for teams.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with him. But he, from all accounts, he knows how to build from the ground up, and that's what the Cardinals need. They have to have better minor league production
And
development. They haven't been good at it for years when they at one time were ahead of everybody else. Every organization caught up with them and bypassed them. So now they should be in front.
You both know baseball extensively well, and we talk about rebuild. I feel like we've been using the word rebuild for the last 2 years. How long does a rebuild normally take? What a young person growing up in St. Louis, when will they start to see a Cardinal team that we're all used to seeing that wins consistently?
28.
For them, it could be 27, 28. It's possible if they do everything right. But a lot of times you're looking at 3 years or more if you're really tearing it down and starting over.
And if it works. So a lot of times you go through a rebuild and it doesn't work. You don't actually get the replacements in that produce, and so you have to tear it down and start again. And that could take 6, 8, 10 years.
And what's tough about where they are right now is there are some teams in the division that are pretty good, too. Because it used to be, maybe 1 or 2 teams in the National League Central was good. And they only had to worry about one other team. Or maybe they were the only team that was any good.
Right.
Now it's the Cubs. It's the Brewers, who've been winning the division every year. It's the Reds, who were a playoff team. And the Pirates still stink, but, they're not a complete pushover. So the division is actually kind of tough. So that makes the job for them even more difficult. So I don't know how it's going to go. I do feel my trust in him is pretty high right now.
I agree.
And that could change in a year or two, but there's no real way to know until probably 27. And if the lockout happens, it's going to be even longer than that.
Is that still a real likely possibility?
I think very likely.
So they'll finish this upcoming year, or will they stop in the middle of the year?
No, they'll play this year, and then when December rolls around, so we're about a year away right now from the lockout starting.
Uh-huh.
And it's possible they get it figured out before spring training. So, they'll be locked out in December. And then in January, probably. And then it's very possible that by the time spring training rolls around, they have a deal worked out. Or maybe they miss some spring training. I hope the real worst-case scenario is they miss a few weeks of the regular season. Yeah. The actual worst-case scenario is that the entire season is blown out, which would be really bad.
And it all comes down to how insistent the owners are on having a salary cap.
Right.
Well, is baseball the only American league that doesn't have a salary cap? Football does, hockey does.
Yeah, the major sports, NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as a person who's for the workers, I don't think we ought to have salary caps, but you could understand why baseball owners are saying, wait a minute, man, we can't compete like this.
They're going to have to back into it, I think, because the players will never agree to a salary cap. So what you're going to have to do, I think, is really up the pain of the luxury tax for teams that exceed their spending. And if you did something like that, it would have the net effect of something close to a salary cap and still let the players negotiate their deals and get as much as they possibly can. They're also going to have to reform how they do the deferred compensation and factor that in. Teams that get away with signing Shohei Ohtani and deferring all the money,
that's
not counting against their spending, that's going to need some reform, I would think. And if you did that, and you raised the luxury tax, then I think there's a room there for an agreement.
So there's a thought process, which I'm starting to really agree with, that the real problem is revenue sharing, that there isn't enough of it, and there's no salary floor.
Right.
So you have some of these teams at the lower end, like Oakland or Pittsburgh, who will get the revenue sharing money, and then they just don't spend it. They don't spend it. They don't spend it on payroll.
Right.
And nobody's forcing them to do it, so they just don't do it. They don't reinvest into the organization. So that, to me, is one of the biggest problems. But we talk a lot about the parity in the NFL. That money is all just shared. You know, I mean, there's a ton of money coming into the league, and there's a pool of it, and it gets shared. And maybe that's the way baseball should go, but there are too many owners that would never agree to that.
Well, and the other problem that you have with baseball that you don't have with football, the attendance has never really been much of a factor.
It's all TV
they
money.
Play 8-9 home games. And so baseball had been, for most of its history, reliant on the gate receipts, been putting butts in the seats in the stands. And now that you've got the revenue sharing and the national contracts and so forth, that's less of a factor for ownership. So putting a competitive team on the field in order to draw fans is less of an economic incentive now in the game of baseball than it used to be.
That's Hancock and Kelly. No Amy today. Amy Marks Kors is out for
flown
today.
the coop.
I don't know where she is, but
Well,
she'll be
she's
back
somewhere.
Monday.
Oh, she is back on Monday.
Yeah, she's back on Monday.
All right.
I am not.
I'm here with
I'm
her on
Oot.
Monday.
It's going to be
It's hard to
Michael
keep up.
Kelly
Yep.
and Amy Marks
and
Kors.
Michael.
Yes, so Amy's out. It's John and me for the remainder of the day. But you know what? We've got Michael Kelly with us for the remainder of this hour. We're glad you're with us on the Chris and Amy Show, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
It's over!
There when St. Louis celebrated.
And the St. Louis Blues are the Stanley Cup champions for the first time in franchise history!
A former captain, Bernie, you've always wanted the Stanley Cup in the city of St. Louis, but now that it's here, what can you say about the group of guys that did it?
Oh my God, this was the ultimate team. Going to go down as one of the greatest stories maybe of all time in the NHL.
Petro, how does it feel knowing that your name's going to forever be on this?
Wow. It's crazy to think about. I think it's all starting to sink in right now as I'm walking down right now the street. It's pretty amazing.
This is only going to be one of many Stanley Cups that we win here because we bleed blue.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
You know your customers. Ralph likes his coffee black on Fridays, but Mondays he takes a little cream. Jennifer comes in every 3 years when her lease is up to get the newer and better model. And for some reason, pepperoni pizza sells like crazy on Friday nights. Who knew? At Odyssey, we have the expertise to get your media plan done right. With ads like you're hearing right now, to targeted social media campaigns, search engine optimization, and location-based advertising. Advertise with Odyssey and help us grow your business. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Adam, what are you thankful for?
Great question, Nick. My new son Henry, eating too much of Mom's pumpkin pie.
I'm grateful that Legacy Box has been able to help millions of people safeguard their important recorded moments. And with our Black Friday event that starts now, more families can enjoy digitizing their home movies and pictures with an insane 65% off.
Legacy Box is the best gift for you or a family member. It's what Better Homes and Gardens calls the most sentimental gift to make this holiday season special, and what Reader's Digest called a genius product.
That's because Legacy Box is simple and safe, and we digitize everything by hand.
You'll get your originals back, plus digital copies that protect your treasured tapes, film reels, and photos from floods, mold, even the decay of time.
So while the stuffing is in the oven, make sure to visit Legacy Box and shop our Black Friday event to take an unreal 65% off. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast.
Black Friday starts now at legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com to take 65% off. legacybox.com/value.
Join in the festivities as the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra presents Beethoven's Seventh, Energy and Reverie. Sparks of energy will fly across Powell Hall in this spirited Thanksgiving weekend event featuring one of Beethoven's personal favorites, his blazing, boisterous Seventh Symphony. pianist Joyce Yang joins to give her interpretation of Rachmaninoff's Rhapsody on a theme of Paganini. November 29th and 30th. Tickets at slso.org.
We all have different ideas of the perfect retirement, but they all depend on the same thing: not running out of money. And preparing for retirement can sometimes be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Find out how to build your retirement on your terms.
What are your wishes, hopes, and dreams? What's retirement look like for you? Because everybody, that picture is different.
Join host Steve All for the All Financial Hour, Saturday mornings at 6 or Saturday afternoon at 4, here on 97.1 FM Talk.
For residential and commercial heating repairs, service, maintenance, or installation, contact Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Installation. With over 50 years of HVAC service, get in your comfort zone this winter. Visit aircomfortservice.com. That's aircomfortservice.com.
Hi, this is Bob Ramsey. Congratulations to KMOX, home of the Billikens, 100 years strong as the voice of St. Louis.
How about Jack White halftime show yesterday of the Lions game? Lions-Packers game? Yeah,
and he doesn't look like a rock star, does he? He looks like a guy that could be checking you out at Schnucks.
I mean, well, he does look like that, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a normal-looking fella.
I think he's great.
Oh, man, that was so much fun yesterday.
Remember that doofus Morgan Wallen? I don't know what he did, but it was it was during COVID.
Yeah, he threw some chairs off a balcony.
No, well, he did. That was after. But he wasn't adhering to protocols, and SNL had him scheduled to be their musical guest.
Okay.
And so I don't know what he did. I forgot what. And so they're like, well, you can't come here now. And they replaced him last minute with Jack White.
Nice.
It was phenomenal.
Of course.
I don't think I know who Jack White is.
Yeah,
that was that song. That was
I know the song.
So then during the Cowboy game yesterday,
Lions.
He played during the Lions, but during the Cowboy game they had Post Malone, right?
Oh, you know what? I missed it.
Yeah, they had Post Malone, who I guess I hadn't seen Post Malone in a long time. He looks like he's lost 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's a lot thinner.
Is that right? He's super thin, and I knew his songs. He seemed pretty sincere, but Jack White killed it yesterday.
Oh, he's great, man. And then Eminem came out in the middle of the set.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
Oh, man. Jack White's great.
And I didn't make it through the whole game last night, the Baltimore game. Did you guys make it through there?
I did.
I did not.
Joe Burrow lit up the Ravens.
Yeah.
Just lit them up.
Good for Burrow.
I know, right?
Yeah, because he appeared to be soft to me, and I kind of liked his opening interview the other day where it was like, hey, we're out of it, but I'm back because I get paid a lot of money to do it.
Are they out of it?
Yeah, they're
3 and
4 and 8 now.
4 and 8.
Yeah.
Well, they could be 9 and 8.
They could be 9 and 8, but there's
be just like the Steelers.
It's just
9 and 8 every year.
But the Bears, they've got their game today. Now it's on Prime,
buddy.
right?
Don't you think I don't know?
We're
2:00 today.
Yeah,
I'll be bearing down today. Don't you worry.
Somewhere.
Oh,
here in
yeah.
St. Louis, is there a Bears bar?
There are. Yes. So the official one is Felix's.
Okay.
The pizza place in Dogtown, really great.
Okay.
Right? That's the official Bears bar. There are a couple of other places where a lot of people gather. And so I might be at one of those.
Well, I mean, Philadelphia, this is a real test.
This is it, man.
If they can pull this
is the
off,
test.
forget about it.
I think the Eagles have been very underwhelming this year. Defending Super Bowl champs, and
they have. They just lost to Dallas.
I know.
Dallas, by the way, has beaten the Super Bowl contestants from last year. Both of them in the span of 4 days.
Yeah,
they beat the Chiefs and they beat the Eagles.
But
the Eagles on Sunday.
have a pretty good record. They're like 9-2, aren't they?
Yeah, they're not 9-2. I think they're 8-3.
Yeah,
I think both teams are 8-3.
But I mean, to be 8-3, and everything you read, it's like the Beverly Hills Housewives. These guys can't get along with each other. They're fighting with each other. The coaches, the quarterback. Yet they're still putting it together.
Yeah, we'll see. I saw a theory, or I heard.
Ooh,
it's a hypothesis. Not
I
a theory,
love hypotheses.
That their tush push.
Yeah,
you know, the thing where they get behind the quarterback and push him, and there's a lot of physical toll. That one of the hypotheses out of Philadelphia is that the tush push has worn some of those players down because it is physically taxing to do it.
Yeah.
Like Jalen Hurts, but he's had a pretty good year. You know, the offensive line and I don't know if that's true, but that's what they are speculating.
It's an unfair play, right? We all agree. It's just
Well, the only thing that's unfair about it is that the guards. So for people who don't know, the guy in the middle is the center with the football.
Yeah.
Right.
He's the one who snaps the ball. What has been happening every single time is the two guys on either side of him have been jumping. They've been jumping before the ball is snapped and it doesn't get called. So it's a false start like every single time, but they don't call it.
But offer me this here: when the ball gets snapped, the quarterback holds on to it, and the guys come and push the quarterback into the other one.
Yeah.
On the defensive side, you're not allowed to push another player. So on the offensive side,
Well,
they
you can,
allow.
but there's nobody to push.
But I mean, no, you can't. You can't push another defenseman into a like that, can you?
I don't think there's anything stopping them.
Yeah, it just seems unfair that they. Yeah, I thought it was an illegal play for you because when they go line up,
what you can't
you can't jump over people. You can't. There's so much restrictions on what the defense can do. Yet the offense can sit there and push their quarterback 5 yards.
You can't catapult yourself
That's what you
off
can't
of
do.
your teammate if you're on defense.
So, like, if there's a field goal,
Right.
you're on the defense,
Right.
you can't use a player on the line to help jump.
Okay.
To try and hit the ball.
But
with your
why
hand.
should a quarterback be able to have people push him from behind like that? It just seems to me like
well,
a
you
slight
see
same
it.
comparison.
It's just not just the tush push. It's you see a lot of times they'll take the running back has the ball and the players will push from behind and he'll get another 5 yards.
Right.
You know, that's part of the game.
I just don't like it.
Guys,
I don't know that you can outlaw it.
Today, as you know, is Black Friday.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten out in the mess?
No, we're usually here working.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
18 years straight. Chris, no lie, when we started, we literally would have traffic updates with Captain Roger Brand, and he would be in the helicopter over the West County Mall and the Galleria Mall letting people know where they could park. And I knew nobody. I know nobody who was going out shopping today. Do you?
No.
No.
Now, my wife and daughter used to do
Partake.
Black Friday, yeah, but not for years. And everything gets delivered to your porch now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's convenience.
Cyber Monday's really taken the fun out of camping out, hasn't it?
Yes.
The phone. It's the phone. I mean, why go to the mall when you can do it on your phone, I guess, is what's happening. But I was explaining to John, I had spent the early part of this week in Chicago. I went to the Paul McCartney concert.
Yep.
And spent a little bit of time on Michigan Avenue. And wow, it's breathtaking what's happened there. I mean, on every block, at least 4 stores were closed, boarded up, large, huge retailers. It's gone. It's
And
not
you still
the
get the
magnificent.
popcorn?
No.
Garrett's?
Yeah.
It's a side street.
It's on a side street now, but they used to have a place right there on Michigan Avenue next to, all of the other big stores. There's nothing there anymore.
I do think Garrett's has been Garrett's
side
is the
street?
popcorn place, been
Yeah.
on the side street for a long time.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure. But the rent to rent a storefront in that city on Michigan Avenue has to be outrageous.
But this has got to be bigger than rent. This has to be more than rent, what's going on there. I think this just may be the deterioration of that part of the way that we consume goods and services, because it was all of them. It wasn't just like everybody took all. Everybody's gone, even the big names.
I need to go back and see it. It's been a couple of months, and the last few times I've gone, I haven't gone to Michigan Avenue.
Yeah.
But I need to go see what's happening there.
It was jarring to me, and it felt like apocalyptic to be honest with you, walking around.
A lot of those stores, what the companies, what they have decided is Michigan Avenue is not so much for having people come in and buy your stuff. They see it as an interactive billboard. So if the Gap or, one of these other larger companies, Levi's or whatever, has put a storefront on Michigan Avenue, they see it like advertising.
Right.
That you can still come into the store and maybe buy something. But they know it's expensive, but they also know that it's going to get a lot of eyeballs because people are constantly walking up and down that street.
Yeah.
So they are willing to take the hit on the rent because they feel like it's part of their advertising budget, which is interesting. I never thought of it that way.
I can't wait to see your assessment. The guy who spends a little time up there, obviously don't always go to Michigan Avenue. It was jarring to me, and the people I was with, we were like, wow, can't believe this.
Guys want to hang out for a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, John, you've got to be here for a while. Michael
I'm
Kelly
committed.
is here. It
Goodness,
is the
my
Chris
heart.
and Amy show. Amy is out today, but we are with you until 12 o'clock. Then the Gas House Gang happens. We'll talk some sports. Eli Drinkwitz, he has an extension for 6 years to stay at Mizzou to be their football coach. So that happening, we found that out in the last couple of days. So we got a lot to talk about in the Gas House Gang at 12 o'clock. In the meantime, it's the Chris and Amy show on KMOX.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Buckle up, St. Louis. The hot stove is already blazing as Heim Bloom gets to work. The Blues look to make December one to remember, and we're following every shift. And as KMOX races towards its 100th anniversary, the Gas House Gang celebrates the legendary voices that made it America's sports voice. Big stories, big moments, and the biggest names in St. Louis sports all month long. The Gas House Gang, weekdays at noon on KMOX.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
It is 29 degrees and sunny in St. Louis. We'll have a high today of 38, and a winter weather advisory will be in effect overnight. We could get several inches of snow in certain parts of the area.
Hey, Cardinal Cowboy here. Who would have thought a car crash would have led to charities, TV shows, and cheering with the best fans in the world? I'm thankful for every day. And so are my friends at Renner Garage Door. They've been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. With help from trusted brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, honest family-style service you can count on. So giddy up and get your free repair or replacement quote today. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER. At Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, every moment with our patients is a gift. This holiday season, you can be the reason children have hope as they fight serious illness and reach milestones once thought impossible. Your gift provides life-saving care to those who need it most. Please donate today at treeofhope.org and be the reason a child has hope for tomorrow.
For 100 years, KMOX has been part of St. Louis. Now, Together Credit Union is helping celebrate that legacy. Starting in November, visit any Together Credit Union branch to pick up a KMOX 100th anniversary commemorative ornament for just $5 while supplies last. Each ornament supports Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. Together Credit Union, honoring 100 years of KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, and Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis, improving the health of all children.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey, and can you believe it's already the holiday season? While most people are thinking about lights and gift lists, a lot of homeowners are also wondering if now is the right time to sell or if they should wait until the new year. So I'm here with Gloria Liu from Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, what should sellers be thinking about right now?
Great question. Even during the holidays, serious buyers are still out there, and with fewer homes on the market, sellers actually face less competition. When we get into the new year, listings start to spike and competition rises. But that's never a problem for my clients because I guarantee to sell your home at your price and time frame, or I will buy it myself. Whether you want to move now or after the holidays, we'll make it smooth and stress-free.
That's why Gloria Liu is the trusted choice for St. Louis home sellers. Call 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. From all of us, happy holidays, and here's to your next move being your best one. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
It's an NFL double play Sunday on KMOX. First up, it's the Falcons at the Jets.
Seitzman Cancer Center game time, 11:30 a.m. Seitzman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
Then the Vikings at the Seahawks. Back-to-back football this Sunday on America's Sports Voice. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Hancock and Kelly on a Friday. It is a Black Friday. We are with you today. These guys are here until 10 o'clock. Well, Michael Kelly is, then he leaves. John Hancock hangs out with me, Chris Ranji, for the day. That's right. Amy is out because it is Black Friday, and she has been in line shopping. She camped out. She camped out all night.
Ran up to the store, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them. I think it was Target.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell. So you have heard that this week a couple of National Guardsmen, a woman and a man who were serving in the National Guard in Washington, D.C. You recall that the president had deployed the National Guard to D.C. for peacekeeping, I suppose. I don't know what the real plan was there. Two of them have been shot. One of them has died, and in response, the president has said that, and this is the quote, I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover, terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country. That was a Truth Social post. We do know a little bit about the person who is the suspect, who is an Afghan national who's been here since 2021. The Trump administration, consequently, last year is the one who granted him asylum. So he was let into the country a few years ago. The Trump administration gave him asylum, and then he commits this act. Is this good policy to do this now, to now pause migration from all, as he says, third world countries?
No, and it's also not being a good human. I mean, to make this about Joe Biden, and by the way, I don't know how much longer that dog's going to hunt for this guy. He wants to blame Joe Biden for everything, including the snow that's coming. And in this situation, third world countries, words matter, and they particularly matter when they come from the president of the United States. And it's a shame that he can't show some humanity in this moment while we untangle this. But to go out and demonize people and potentially make whatever is going on in our society even worse. I don't know. That's just my take about this guy.
The little bit we know about the gunman is that he worked closely with the United States in Afghanistan. He was vetted by the CIA thoroughly. He was vetted upon his entry into the United States, and we've learned since, and as I say, there's more to the story that will come out, but he was apparently suffering from some sort of mental illness. You don't commit a crime like that if you're in possession of your faculties.
Right.
But it's a mistake in this country to shut off immigration. And I think we're already seeing some of the consequences of the mass deportations that we have in terms of the job market and other things, and this indiscriminate shipping people out of the U.S. who have built and set up a life and are productive citizens is just a bad policy. And it's not what Ronald Reagan did. Ronald Reagan took a look at the folks who had come here, some illegally, and who had been in the country for a long time, had established themselves, and he granted amnesty to those folks. And this is a country who has benefited greatly from immigration over the decades. And I look at my own family, my wife's grandfather came to this country, didn't speak any English, and settled in Detroit and started washing dishes, slowly learned the language. He slowly learned the bar business. And eventually he bought and operated a bar, and then he got into the restaurant business, did quite well. And that's a uniquely American story. And we have been a much richer nation because of folks that have come here and because they wanted to be here. They wanted to be in a free country, and they wanted the opportunity that America uniquely offered. And this current policy, I think, is doing a disservice to one of the pillars that have made this the greatest country in the history of the world.
Yeah, and I mean, I think we are probably all in agreement on this, that for the United States, for in different industries, a lot of it in service, you do have a lot of immigrants who are working many of those jobs. And part of the reason they work those jobs is a lot of natural-born Americans don't want to work them. Like farming, for example, which is a different industry. Some of that work is so difficult, and a lot of Americans, no matter how much they are offered in pay, just don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. And, you know, you've got these immigrants who will come in for a short period of time, maybe a few months. They'll work seasonal, then they'll go back. And, you know, what is a farmer supposed to do if he can't get farm hands, if he can't get people to work? What do they do?
Somebody's got to pick those oranges.
Well, and then that affects the rest of us. It affects prices. It affects everything.
And that's part of the problem with what the president does when he uses these demonization words and implicates all immigrants and third world countries and the stuff he says. You know, the immigrants that are necessary to run our economy are not only exclusive to that, Chris. Doctors are here practicing some medicine. We've got folks that are we've got folks that work in high tech industries. And so when the president goes out and says these things, then that's the reason we see him 2 weeks later backtracking, saying, "Oh, well, we need to have these H-1 visas." Whereas if he would deal with this in a human, normal way, we could solve some of the issues that he's focused on rather than him fanning the flames.
I will give Donald Trump credit for focusing on and largely securing our southern border. That's something that didn't happen under the Biden administration, and it had been a problem that had plagued the country for a very long time. And there were bad folks coming here, a lot of cartels sending people and drug dealers and illicit drugs. So I will give him credit for that. But the point of securing the border ought to have been, in my opinion, secure the border, stop the flow of illegal immigrants into this country, and then do a thorough and systematic assessment of folks that are here illegally, because there are millions in the country. And to just have a blanket policy where if you're here illegally, no matter what your circumstances or your current station of life is, you're gone. And it's inhumane, yes, but it's also bad public policy, and it's bad for the country.
And like, if you've been here for 30 years and all you've done is work and you started to raise a family, why do we want to deport you?
Right.
I mean, I know that there are these people out there who are just sticklers, and they say, well, they're illegal. They broke the law. I mean, come on, man. Yeah. And have you ever ran through a stop sign? I bet you have.
Yeah.
And I bet you've run through several stop signs or driven over the speed limit and never been caught. So should we retroactively fine you for every time that you've done that? I think that it's one of a couple of things. One is there are just flat out some people who are racist. They just don't like brown people. That's just, sorry, they just don't. There are other people who believe that immigrants being in the country are legitimately taking jobs away from Americans. That just isn't true, though. That's not happening. Again, we just talked about this a few minutes ago. They're taking jobs in many cases that Americans don't want to work.
And even from the most basic level, there's none of us who are here, unless you're Native American, that wasn't an immigrant. Everybody is chasing this opportunity. That's why it's hard for me when it's, people are wanting to come to the United States and cross the border so they can murder Americans. No, these are people who are
they want to work, trying to get
go
away
3
from
and 4 countries, through jungles, through rivers, to be able to go and try to find the life that was created by my Irish ancestors or your Greek father-in-law who wanted the same opportunities. And it's just this complete loss of humanity.
And don't forget that those folks, decades ago, they were villainized in the same way.
Of course,
Italians and Irish.
Yes,
they were considered third-class citizens back then. We have a comment, somebody who was watching on YouTube. You can watch the show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. It says, of course it is important to protect law-abiding immigrants, but how come you guys consistently downplay dangerous immigrants and focus on just one side of the problem? I'll give my answer. You guys can give yours. Because the dangerous immigrants are far, far, far outweighed by those who are here productively. In fact, immigrants are less likely statistically to commit violent crimes than natural-born Americans are. That's just a fact.
Yeah, but are there folks in this country that have come with cartel allegiance?
Of course, go after them.
Absolutely, and those folks, and our law enforcement, especially in urban areas, is sophisticated enough to be able to identify and know who some of these bad actors are. I would suspect and hope that the federal government has focused on those folks for removal. But this policy is designed to get numbers, to get as many deportations as possible, to set a record. And that's not a policy that's going to be beneficial to the country.
And I think we all want the bad guys off the street. I don't care if you're an immigrant or not.
Right.
If you're out slinging drugs or running around with guns, I'm for putting you in jail.
Everybody is.
But the way that we've gone after these, I only, here we live in Missouri. We don't have as much immigration as many of the border states do, et cetera. But most of the experiences I know related to the immigration crackdown, which would be 2, are about people who've established their lives in St. Louis, who are getting their families ripped apart, and they weren't what President Trump promised us was going to happen, that he was going to go get the bad guys. The young lady that we've all been tracking here in St. Louis
Perez
County.
and
Alejandro.
Her husband Alejandro.
And the gentleman who owned the restaurant across the river over in Illinois. Those are the 2 examples. I've not seen any of these bad guys being taken away, but I continue to see examples of good people who are being ripped out, and that's not what I understood that people were voting
Alejandro was his first incarceration. He was in there with a guy who he had met, who was pumping gas at a gas station, and ICE agents approached him and asked they didn't have a warrant. They weren't looking for him, and they took him into custody, and he's going to be deported. That's the policy. And in the case of Janie's family, so best case scenario right now is that Alejandro is deported to Mexico, and his family is in a town that is run by the drug cartel. It's dangerous. And Janie, who is not yet fluent in Spanish, and her 2 kids, ages 3 and 1, they're going to go and leave St. Louis and move to Mexico, presumably, and to have their family together. That's just such a pointless. There's nothing gained. It doesn't affect the national security of the country. It doesn't, they're just
all you've done is kick out a good family.
And
you've kicked a good family out of the country. That's it.
2 American babies who are going to have to go live in another country because we won't allow their father to be here. Their father can go to Canada. He can go to Italy. He can go to Spain, but he can't go to the United States where his kids were born.
Yeah, it's wrong.
It's madness. So one last thing.
Yes.
So we were talking about the National Guard member who was killed, and she is from West Virginia, and her name is Sarah Beckstrom. So there were 2 National Guards people who were shot. There was a man and then this woman, Sarah, who passed away from her injuries. And the president was asked about this yesterday, if he's going to attend her funeral. She's from West Virginia, and this is what happened.
It's in the early stages, obviously, but do you plan to attend Sarah's funeral?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it certainly is something I could conceive of. I love West Virginia. I won West Virginia by one of the biggest margins of any president anywhere. And it's, these are great people. I love the people of West Virginia. I love the people of our country. But I haven't given it any thought, but it sounds like something I could do, yeah. It's very raw.
Yeah, of course. It's in the early stages, obviously.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I hear that, and I don't know if it's like he probably should go to the funeral. That's not the point. The point for me is your thought process. If you're asked about the funeral of somebody who was killed on duty, within 5 seconds, your first thought should not be, oh, yeah, the state she's from, I won that state by a huge margin. Nobody cares how much you won West Virginia by in this case.
Right.
We're talking about somebody who was murdered.
Sounds like a swamp figure to me. Somebody who's always thinking about politics and finding some way to game the system here with Donald Trump. And again, he said he was going to clean that up, yet his behavior reflects that he is the swamp.
I think about George W. Bush, and every time a service member would return in a casket from Afghanistan or Iraq, and I heard him discuss and describe the personal pain he felt because he had put them there. And it was a very heavy burden for him. This young lady was put there by the president. And I don't sense the same level of empathy with Donald Trump that I did with George W. Bush.
I hear that and I wonder if you are a supporter of his. That's okay. I don't know how that doesn't hit you in a negative way and make you rethink how much you like this person. How is your thought process? Yeah, I'm sorry she died. Maybe I'll go to the funeral, but I won her state by a big margin. That shouldn't even be a thing that you even think about in that moment at all. It should not even cross your mind for a split second, let alone say it. I got Hancock and Kelly with me. Yep. It's the Chris and Amy show on KMOX.
The holidays are here, filled with laughter, family, and memories. But if you're missing the punchline, the conversation, or even the music, it might be time to check your hearing. Hi, I'm Charlie Brennan.
I'm Dr. Bosler with the Audiology Center.
And I'm Dr. Voss. This season, we want you to hear every moment.
Hearing aids today can process sound faster than before. They're smarter at separating the speech from the background noise, meaning that when you're at the holiday parties this season, you'll hear the voices that you want to hear, clearer than before.
So don't wait until the new year. Give yourself the gift of better hearing today and reconnect with the people and the moments that matter most.
Call the Audiology Center, 636-441-7470, or online, theaudiologycenterstl.com. 3 convenient locations.
Call us today and make this holiday season better than last year's. Here for the holidays, here for life.
This holiday season, experience the power, the intensity, the legendary sound of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Coming to Enterprise Center for 2 shows, December 23rd at 3 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. A portion of the proceeds from the 3 p.m. show benefits Seichmann Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, 2 shows, Enterprise Center, December 23rd. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed. Visit a Verizon store today. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
I hear from sellers all the time that they fear they have missed out on the selling market. They are so relieved to learn September, October, and November are strong selling months. With low inventory and hopefully lower interest rates, this fall will be a hot one for real estate. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. You may have heard me say, why pay more than 4 for years? Now it's why pay more than 2, saving you even more money. Call me 314-441-4444. And remember, why pay more than 2?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri, Kansas, and Nevada.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on.
And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Oh, baby, it's happening. FanDuel Sportsbook is live and ready to roll in the Show Me stage, and they're celebrating with a little something for everyone. All this week, every customer gets a no-sweat bet every day. That's right. No matter what you're betting on, if it doesn't hit, you'll get bonus bets back to keep the action going. Whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or whatever you're into, you can bet it all on an app that's safe, secure, and built for every kind of fan. So the interface is quick. Payouts are fast. The experience is top tier. Download it at FanDuel.com/Missouri. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri. FanDuel Sportsbook now live in Missouri. 21 plus and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Opt-in required each day. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $20. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Got Hancock and Kelly with me for just a little bit longer on this Black Friday.
Yeah.
We're having a great time today already, aren't we?
It's a lovely day.
It is a lovely day. Do you have a problem with the cold? Are you nervous about the snow? What we're getting overnight?
Not too shook up about it, Ron. The snow falls and you get out the old shovel and take care of it. Or I should say, Georgianne gets out the old shovel. And
you need to understand,
like 5 foot tall.
John lives like a Fabergé egg at his house. He just gets perched and everything happens around him. I'm looking forward to it. If it's going to be cold and it's going to be winter, let it snow. Let's go.
There's a song for that.
Yeah, hey now.
I got to travel.
Oh.
Yeah, early tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so I just want to make sure I get out before the crap starts.
Yeah, because you're driving.
No.
Oh, you're flying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Well, you'll have to keep it tuned to KMOX. We'll keep you updated on all the changing weather conditions.
Thanks, buddy.
Any potential delays at the airport or otherwise.
Will you be here
able to hear about
to update me?
No. Scott Jagow will be on it tomorrow and some others.
Are we sure it's Scott?
I don't know.
We don't.
Two I hear when I listen on the weekend.
That's on Sundays.
I didn't even know what time we were supposed to start today. So
You didn't?
No.
No,
I thought we were starting at 8.
We were here.
But it was 8:40 instead, which is fine.
Well, this is perfectly fine. We got to
let it roll.
Yeah.
I say. Let it snow and let it roll.
Michael Kelly's going to leave.
Yeah, he's
we don't allow multiple liberals on the show for more than an hour.
Too much common sense is
too much, yeah.
Too much for everybody.
Michael has to leave.
See ya.
And what are you going to go do?
I'm going to meet up with John later. He and I have a meeting together, and I'm going to watch this football game. I want to see the Bears.
Bear down, baby?
Yes, I'm for the Bears. Let's go.
Big day today.
Let's
It is
go.
a big day.
Big day.
Fact, the
They're at
quarterback
home, right?
is my
No, they are in
they're
Philly.
in Philly. Oh.
Don't think I'm not nervous, and I'm worried sick.
Yeah.
you're going to be fun
My
to
tummy's
go
in
watch.
knots. We're going to get smoked.
What's the name of the Bears bar?
There's Felix's.
Felix's.
I don't think I'll be there today.
No.
But it is a great spot. Felix is a
check out
great
Felix.
pizza, great food.
Oh, great food.
Yeah. I'll probably be out and about in my neighborhood today.
I'm actually hungry now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Felix's is great.
Haven't been hungry since yesterday.
All right. Yeah, John and I are going to bear
See you
down for the
guys.
next couple of hours. When we come back, we will talk to Scott Jagow
Yeah, we
from the
will.
KMOX newsroom. Then we'll ask him if he's going to be here tomorrow.
Yes.
That's next on KMOX.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details. You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Attention business owners with a net income over $500,000. You need to work with a tax strategist that understands your entrepreneurial mindset. Download the most recent white paper written by E3 Consultants Group titled The Power of a Professional Tax Strategy Team. Go to e3wealth.com/radio to obtain a copy. It's time to learn about wealth and tax strategies that protect your personal and business economy. E3 is ready to help you think differently about your finances. Educate, empower, enlighten. That's the E3 difference.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. The Brennans love celebrating the holidays at home. There has never been a better time to move up to McKelvey with our Home for the Holidays sale. This is your last chance to save big at the Preserve in Afton with savings of $25,000 plus $10,000 cash at closing and special financing on all of the 4 remaining homes, including our luxurious Turnberry display. The Preserve is truly special with lakes, trails, and an abundance of wood and common ground. Visit McKelveyhomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 10 o'clock, we have sunny skies, 29 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. A 6-alarm fire early this morning at a group of vacant warehouse buildings just south of the Gateway Arch drew hundreds of firefighters. Sean Malone on the scene. What's it look like, Sean?
Yeah, Megan, you're not quite seeing the flames shooting through the air that lit up the St. Louis skyline during the overnight hours. As I've been told, the fire has been contained to the buildings of origin. What you are seeing, large chunks of those buildings of origin completely missing, as there's just a ring of a pile of rubble and bricks surrounding the building. As fire crews continue to attack with water from the top, trying to continue to damper this blaze, as they will do so, as they're expecting to do it into Saturday, in fact. So this is still a large response that's on hand. However, it is a smaller response than before. What was 200 firefighters during the overnight hours fighting this fire is now down to 50. In downtown St. Louis, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
And the cause of that fire still unknown. Those historic warehouses were part of an advanced manufacturing redevelopment plan. On the first night, St. Louis City activated extra shelters. Half the beds were already claimed. Julian Nix, the city's recovery office director, tells KMOX they have even more space on standby should they need it.
We're prepared for later in the weekend to open up more shelter space if it's needed. So my team is monitoring the conditions on the ground on a daily basis, and we meet every morning to figure out, do we need to open up more shelter beds.
Economic activity in the region remains flat.
I would describe the overall outlook as slightly pessimistic.
Chuck Gascon, senior economist with the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, tells KMOX businesses are holding off on hiring.
Not a lot of businesses telling us that they're actively hiring. Again, some of that has to do with just uncertainty in the outlook But then also just higher labor costs that firms are facing. Insurance is something that comes up a lot, that health insurance costs have gone up more than anticipated, and businesses have to figure out how to offset some of those higher costs, either with slower pay growth or just reducing their expansion plans.
Gascon says business contacts in the food industry are also concerned about the higher cost of inputs, such as beef. From the business desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com, THC-infused drinks and snacks have soared in popularity as alcohol sales have declined in recent years. Now, the bill that ended the federal government shutdown this month includes a provision to ban THC products derived from hemp. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, we do have a winter weather advisory that kicks in at midnight tonight. We are expecting a mix of sleet and rain in the morning and then rain by the afternoon, but that could create some dangerous travel conditions in the morning before that changeover. Expect a high tomorrow near 40. For Sunday, cloudy, windy, cold, a high of 29. The rest of the day today, though, we're looking for sunshine, a high of 38. Right now, we have sunny skies, 29 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Chris Ranji, Amy Marks Kors. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's Hancock, John Hancock, and
Hey
Chris
there.
Ranji today with you until 12 o'clock. Then the Gas House Gang. We'll talk some sports then. But we're going to talk a little bit of that ahead of time. We've got Danon Hughes, who will join us at 11:30. He is the Chiefs radio analyst.
Had a rough day yesterday.
Yeah, did not go well for the Kansas City Chiefs. It has not gone well this season. They are 6-6. Did not expect that.
Yeah, that Cowboys team is for real. I know, like every season, you get to a point where it's like the Cowboys are phonies. And that is not the case this year. Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind, and the Cowboys are the only team in the league that have two bona fide number one receivers who are exceptional.
Yeah. And they've shored up the defense a little bit. Think about what the Cowboys would be had they not traded Micah Parsons.
Yeah. On the other hand, they got Quinnen Williams in the middle, and that kid Overshown, he was off injury. Holy cow! Watch him play football.
Yeah, he's a player.
He closes gaps like I've never seen.
So the Cowboys are for real. That's weird because I was told that when the Bears beat them, they were a bum. But the Bears
they
did
were
beat
a bum
them
earlier this season.
Okay. Yeah, well, good. We doubled them up. So that's Scott Jagow, who's with us from the KMOX newsroom. Three good things, roaming St. Louis, and chat with Stu Mack at least one more time here on KMOX. Scott,
we're going to keep chatting with Stu Mack.
You're going to keep that going for a while?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Stu is leaving us. Stu's going to join us at 10:30.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Stu's coming up, and he, I don't know if he's told it on the air yet, but he is moving on to greener pastures. He's got a new gig. But we're going to continue chat with Stu Mack for a while anyway.
Right, you say there's greener pastures outside of these studios.
Yeah, can't be true. That just can't be true.
For him, his life, I think he's going to be really happy.
Good.
So as we are talking sports here a little bit, there's a big day happening on Monday. A lot of people are excited about it. A lot of people are not.
Yeah.
And that is the implementation of sports betting, which will be legal on Monday in the state of Missouri. So you've heard me talk about FanDuel a lot, the FanDuel app. We are promoting it here, and that will be live to use on Monday. All the other apps, all the other sports books, the ones that are going to be available in Missouri, because not every one of them is.
Right.
But the bottom line is sports betting's coming on Monday.
Second biggest thing happening on Monday.
What's the first?
Oh, you asked. Of course. That would be my 35th wedding anniversary.
Oh,
congratulations.
Happy anniversary,
Thank you.
John.
35, man.
Wow.
I said to Georgianne, sweetheart, I've given you the best years of my life. And she said, which two were they?
Yeah.
Well,
she wants to know.
Poor Georgianne. But Scott, sports betting's coming.
I've been waiting or wanting sports betting in this country for a long time. I mean, I'm talking 10, 15, 20 years.
Wow. You're a big horse racing guy.
So I started in horse racing, which is a different type of betting. It's pari-mutuel wagering. You are not betting against a sports book.
Right.
It's actually quite a bit, I'm not going to say the word, easier is not the word. It's just more satisfying because you are betting against other people. And if you're right, you win. The book does not care who wins. Sports books are a different animal altogether. you cannot keep winning on a sports book.
Yeah.
They will ban you. They will limit you.
Yes.
So.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
So I study this a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot of sports betting myself, and I study the nature of it and how the sports books work. And it's a lot of fun. It can also be very stressful. It can be addicting, I'm sure, for some people. I haven't gotten to that stage, but I do study it a lot. And so I think there are ways you can increase your chances of winning, but you don't want to win too much. And it's also nice that we have 8 sports books online here in Missouri starting on Monday, because the more you have, the better chances you have of succeeding.
The better you have a chance of succeeding and getting what they call like a better price.
That's what I mean.
Right. So you can
shopping, line shopping.
Yeah, you can go to the different sports books, and sometimes the odds are better on one app than they are on another, and it's okay to do that. In fact, they always encourage you to do that. And the thing is, I think people think that when you talk about sports betting, that they believe that people go to the apps or place bets, and they are placing $1,000 bet every time,
right?
And they're gambling away their kids' education fund. But a lot of people are betting like $5.
Sure,
a
it makes
couple
the
of
games
dollars,
more fun.
10. It's not. Yeah, and people are not putting life savings into it.
I'm
and
sure there have been people that have done that.
So the World Health Organization estimates that about 1% of the adult population has a gambling disorder. So that's not. It's still a lot of people, but it's not comparatively speaking.
Yeah. And I find it interesting. What I've been studying lately are the exchange platforms. So there's one called Novig, and there's another one called ProfitX. Profit as in PROPHET.
Play on words.
Now these are sites that there isn't a book. You can make your own wager, and then someone takes it, and then the line is set, and then it moves because there are other people betting different lines or wanting different lines. It's closer to horse racing where it's me against you.
Yeah.
What I use those for is information. Those are sharp bettors. Those are professional bettors.
Yeah.
Those are people who know things. So I go to those websites and I look at the odds. Yeah, I look at the odds, what's popular, and how many people are betting on it. I mean, it needs to have a volume of bets for it to be worthwhile. Because if there's 7 people or $17 in it, what's that telling you? Nothing.
Right.
But then I take that information and I go to the online sports books like FanDuel or DraftKings and place the wager there. It's a good source of information. If you're a sports bettor, I highly recommend checking out Novig or ProfitX because those are exchange platforms and they are sharp.
So
very sharp.
Here's a question. You know how we have financial advisors that invest our money, and here's mutual funds over here, and are there people who are professional bet producers who will take money from clients and wager those funds on, say, the outcome of sporting events? Is that an industry that exists?
I'm pretty sure it does. I don't know
of anybody who does
content
it.
creation industry, meaning
there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of people who are professional sports bettors who create content, and there are websites that show you their verified profits. There's a website called OddsJam. That's also a great source of information, except that it's extremely expensive. So I don't use it. I can't use it because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
But the idea is on OddsJam, it gives you all the sports books, every single one, and what the odds are on every single bet. So you can just look and see where the prices are different. But the guy who founded it, I watched a lot of his content, and he's sold it since then. I mean, for a lot of money, I'm sure. But he's made $780,000 on sports betting, verified profit. And some of
in a
those
year?
Over the course of
okay.
several years. Okay. But I forgot what my point was. But that's content. So he obviously is promoting OddsJam. It's clear that that's what he's trying to get people to do. But in the meantime, he's also teaching people about sports betting, and it's worthwhile. Again, guys like that, it's very educational to learn the kind of the tricks and also what you're up against, because you're up against professional sports conglomerates with computerized algorithms. It's very hard to win.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, and this is from my perspective, it's just, like you said, it can be just a little bit of fun. It adds a little bit to a game. Like if you're watching a day of football, it's cool to have a couple of dollars here or there, right? You do not have to bet $100. You can bet $3, bet $2 if you want to, bet $0. But just to have a little bit of a rooting interest maybe in a game that you didn't care about before, that's kind of the fun of it. At least for me, anyway. And I know there's a concern, Scott, about kids getting involved, kids gambling, going to the websites like FanDuel. There is age verification. You can't just sign up and do it. They will verify. They'll get your social security number. They'll make sure that you're of age to be able to do this in the first place.
Is it 18 or 21?
21.
It's 21 here. Okay. There's a couple of states where it's 18, but it's mostly 21.
Yeah.
Every state is different, too. Like if you go to Oregon has one online sports book, just DraftKings. That's it. So you don't have options. Virginia has about 70. I mean, it's just different in every state. It's just incredible to watch the games through the lens of sports betting and just looking at how accurate the lines are in the end. I'll give you an example.
Yeah, incredible.
The last week, I had a bet on 2 games, and it was Titans Seahawks. And it was Lions Giants, and I bet a teaser, meaning I was getting plus 7 points, which so instead of 13.5, it was 6.5, and it was incredible. Toward the end of the Lions game, I won. The Seahawks won by 0.5 point, and then we got to the end of the Lions game, and the only way I could win the wager was if it went to overtime and the Lions got the ball first and scored. Because they would kick the extra point and make it 7. And that's exactly what happened. The Giants deferred, gave the Lions the ball, and Jahmyr Gibbs ran into the end zone for a touchdown, and I won the wager.
The odds makers are remarkably accurate. Sometimes they don't hit, but it's incredible how close they can get to knowing what a spread is, knowing a team's going to win by 12 points. It's just,
I always thought
crazy.
The spread was determined by the direction of the money.
Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
Well, it starts out, they want 50-50 action.
Right.
But once the money starts coming in, they can see the trends of where it's going.
Where people are betting.
What they want to push, because their goal is to make money, and that's it.
And they do.
And they definitely do.
Yes, they do.
They make a lot of money.
The house almost never loses.
Yeah.
Except when Scott gets involved.
That's right.
They're about to kick Scott out because he keeps winning.
Not enough to get kicked out yet.
Just to set limits for yourself if you want to do it. And you can do it on the apps. You can set limits on the apps, too.
They have all kinds of tools that you can self-police.
Yep.
And it's great. I have fun with it. I enjoy it. I find it a mental exercise, an intellectual challenge. And I study a lot. I study this industry a lot.
I will tell you this. BetMGM Network is the Odyssey. It used to be called BetQL. It is the Odyssey gambling, mostly streaming, but in some markets it's over the air. And there are shows, gambling shows all day and night. I was, for a time period, filling in on some of those shows. And the night before, I will tell you this much. It's sports talk. And I've done a lot of sports talk in my life.
Yeah.
Those shows, the amount of prep you have to do for those is unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much you have to go through. Just because if you have to think of it this way, every day there's a show, you are potentially talking about a dozen NBA games. If they're going on at the same time as a baseball season is, then you're talking about,
that would make my head explode.
A dozen Major League Baseball games, college. I mean, it's just so much. It's so much. And the people who do it for a living are, to me, amazingly impressive because it is a lot of prep work.
I think it helps to focus on one sport. I like NFL football in terms of betting. I don't bet too many other sports, maybe an occasional baseball game. I don't bet basketball. Maybe a little college basketball, not NBA. I never bet the NBA because I don't know anything about it. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you bet the games or do you do the prop bets?
I'm more into prop betting. I find it to be easier to win. Again, easier is not the right word, maybe, but the game lines are so tight. They're so difficult. So I look for, again, I use those sources of information where maybe there's a player who is going to have a big game that it's sort of a trend is starting to emerge. Yeah. And I also, I bet on the Buffalo Bills players. I don't bet on the game. I don't bet on the lines. I bet on the players because I know them. I know what they've been doing. I've watched every single second of the game. So I feel like I have more information.
Yep.
And I know what's going on, what the team is up to. Because if you're just randomly, blindly betting into something, you're most likely going to lose.
Scott Jagow, I've got 3 good things roaming St. Louis and chat with Stu Mack on Sunday morning.
And Hancock and Kelly, don't forget. And Johnny Rabbit, who's, I don't want to give away his age. He just had a birthday.
Wow.
He's definitely above the 85 mark.
Oh.
And he's amazing. He was on the air for 3 hours live yesterday.
I'm doing
3 hours live.
I'm doing a program with him on Tuesday at the History Museum.
Oh, good. Those are great.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of those. But yeah, yesterday he did a 3-hour show with live guests the whole time. It was
that's
good
fun.
radio.
Yeah.
That's great.
He's
good.
He's been doing it for 70 plus years.
Awesome.
He's still got
awesome.
He was the voice of DJ's Diner at Six Flags back when I played the piano there.
Gosh.
Oh, the diner. I remember the diner.
He started on the radio when he was like 13 years old playing the piano.
Wild.
Oh, he's
in
a piano
Texas.
player.
Yeah, that's right. You guys have that in common.
Wow. I got to go home and practice.
Sunday morning, Scott?
Sunday morning, 6:30 to 9:30.
Right here on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
KMOX, celebrating 100 years. Presented by Purina. Your pet, our passion. Now, a KMOX pioneer.
Long before modern broadcasting took shape, Franz Laux became the very first full-time play-by-play announcer at KMOX and one of the most influential voices in early American radio. Beginning in the 1920s, Laux brought Cardinals baseball to life with his detailed storytelling that connected fans across the Midwest. His national broadcasts for CBS, including multiple World Series, helped cement KMOX as the home of big league baseball on the radio.
There goes a drive. Looks like it might be pretty close to the wall. It's taken out there in right field for the third out.
A true pioneer, Franz Laux laid the foundation for every great sports broadcaster who followed and helped build KMOX into the sports voice of St. Louis. Franz Laux, a KMOX pioneer.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
This is Ron Kraszewski, Chairman and CEO of Stifel. As the year comes to a close, I want to thank our clients, colleagues, and communities for your trust and support. We're especially proud of the Stifel U.S. Ski Team. Their drive, resilience, and pursuit of their goals this winter reminds us what's possible when we stay committed. From all of us at Stifel, we wish you and your family a joyful holiday season and a new year filled with health, happiness, and success. Stifel, where success meets success.
At Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, every moment with our patients is a gift. This holiday season, you can be the reason children have hope as they fight serious illness and reach milestones once thought impossible. Your gift provides life-saving care to those who need it most. Please donate today at treeofhope.org and be the reason a child has hope for tomorrow.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed. Visit a Verizon store today. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.
This is Brian Kelly. As a Florissant native, getting to work at KMOX allowed me to live out my childhood dream. Congratulations to the voice of St. Louis on 100 years.
Oh, John, you know this one?
I do.
Yeah, you said it
Barracuda.
Well, Barracuda, heard that. John Hancock and Chris Ranji today on 104.1 FM KMOX. Amy is out. And another bit of sports news that we got in the last couple of days. Eli Drinkwitz, the football coach at Mizzou, has been given an extension, a contract extension for 6 years. And it's important. This deal was finalized yesterday, and this was after the Board of Curators on Wednesday met in a closed session. So a 6-year contract will pay him just over close to actually $11 million per season, total of $64.5 million. And the reason this is important is because there has been a lot of talk over the last several weeks about some other university poaching him, like Penn State was out there.
A lot of high-profile jobs out there.
Yeah, Penn State was one of them. Florida, his name was mentioned for that one too. But
LSU.
Yeah, Eli Drinkwitz is going to stick around, John.
Yeah, he's good. He's a very good recruiter. I do question some of his game decisions, like when to go for it on fourth down, when to kick a field goal. We had a couple of those instances in this most recent defeat by Mizzou. But there's no question that he has been a very good recruiter and has brought some top-level talent to the state and been very successful in keeping homegrown talent in Missouri.
And here's where I fall when it comes to this, because if you're a Missouri fan, I know that you're going to expect more from your program than you're getting. You know, you're in the SEC, and as a Mizzou fan, you want to be in the conversation with Georgia and Alabama and the other SEC schools like that, but they just don't have the history's not there, right? No. And there are, to me, a lot of built-in challenges just by being a Mizzou football program, and that's something that can be broken at some point. There's a ceiling there that they could break through and could be in that conversation with the schools we're talking about eventually, but they're not now. So the way I see it is if you find a good football coach and he's getting you to good bowl games more often than not, for right now, that's where you want to live. And he does that. Is it a fair criticism that he doesn't usually have a signature win every year? Yeah, totally fair. Is he going to have to start doing that once in a while? Yeah, totally. But I think you've got a pretty good football coach, and my opinion is you're going to want to stick with him until you find something better. But I don't know what out there is better that they are going to get and would improve the program enough where it'd be worth it.
Yeah, I think that's right. And it is a tough. Columbia, Missouri is not exactly a destination location for young high school graduates that live in Florida, for example. But and you do have to establish the program and some level of consistency over time. I think this season, at least in my fandom, has been a little disappointing. I would have expected this team to have competed for one of those 12 playoff positions. It's not going to happen. And we did have the quarterback injured, but I don't know that we had two quarterbacks injured. But I don't know that any of the quarterback options that Missouri has really placed them at anywhere near an elite level in the NCAA.
Yeah, and I said this earlier, that at some point they could break through that glass ceiling, I guess you can call it, of what the program is, what the peak
Alabama
has been.
Game this year. I mean,
you got to win some of those.
Won that game.
Yeah.
Should have won that game.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of thing that eventually you're going to have to start winning some of those. So I get that. but is there another candidate? Is there another coaching candidate you could bring in, and that guy is going to win those games for you automatically? And I don't know that person exists for them.
Yeah.
Not now.
And somewhat encouraging, at least for me, is to look and see what the Indiana program has done this year. Obviously, they've got a very good coach there, and they're looking at an potential undefeated season, and I think a legitimate shot at the national championship. In Indiana, who would have ever seen that coming?
Never would have thought that ever. And, Mizzou can have a season like that.
Good, yes.
It is possible to do that. Now, it's probably easier to do it in the Big Ten than it is in the SEC.
Agreed.
But it is still difficult. That Big Ten schedule is not, that's not a slouch of a conference.
No,
it's a pretty good conference.
There's some legit teams in that conference.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so what Indiana has done has been impressive, and I think offers a glimmer of hope for those of us that have been long-suffering Missouri fans.
I don't think I've ever suffered with Missouri.
Is that right?
Should I start?
Well,
I've never suffered with either of these, Illinois or Mizzou.
Yeah,
not really a fan of either.
Illinois had a disappointing season this year. I think a lot more was expected of them than what they
for sure.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I say not a fan, I'm not saying I actively root against them.
Sure.
I'm just saying that my heart is not in it when it comes to the Illini and the Tigers. Just isn't.
Yeah.
I'm a big Illinois State football fan.
That's you, the Redbirds, buddy.
I'm the only one, too.
Yeah.
Big playoff game tomorrow.
Is that right?
Southeast Louisiana.
What
right?
conference are they in?
They are in the Missouri Valley Conference, John.
Yes.
Based right here in St. Louis. Used to be the Gateway Conference.
Yes.
Remember?
Barely.
Yeah, okay. Well, you better get to know. We've had some disappointing losses this season, but the Birds are in the playoffs tomorrow at 12 o'clock, Southeast Louisiana.
Oof.
On the road.
Wow.
It's going to be tough.
Going to, what town is that, Southeast Louisiana?
Southeast Louisiana is in the southeastern portion of Louisiana. I don't know, where is this school? I have no idea. Where is it? Hammond, Louisiana.
Hammond.
Did you know that
Hammond,
off the top of your head, or you just look it up? All right, thank you, Daniel.
That was excellent.
All right, yeah. Hammond, Louisiana. So the Birds have to be there tomorrow. You'll be rooting for them.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Hancock with me, Chris Ranji. It is the Chris and Amy Show. When we come back, we're going to have Stuart McMillan in from the KMOX newsroom. Stu's on his final days here.
Yeah, big announcement.
Yes, and he's next on KMOX.
It's time for a $98 furnace tune-up.
Buckle up, St. Louis. The hot stove is already blazing as Heim Bloom gets to work. The Blues look to make December one to remember, and we're following every shift. And as KMOX races towards its 100th anniversary, the Gas House Gang celebrates the legendary voices that made it America's sports voice. Big stories, big moments, and the biggest names in St. Louis sports all month long. The Gas House Gang. Weekdays at noon on KMOX.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
31 degrees and sunny in St. Louis. The high today will be 38. There is winter weather coming our way overnight. A winter weather advisory will be in effect.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-224-5353. That's 800-224-5353. Again, that's 800-224-5353.
Hi, Debbie Monterey with Gloria Liu, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, you've been helping families for more than 22 years with your guarantees, your buyers and waiting program, and you were telling me that between now and the end of the year is a good time to sell. Can you share why?
Always good to see you. When it comes to timing, the spring and fall selling season have historically been the most active. However, due to raised home value and affordability, this market still has lots of sellers and buyers on the sidelines. Fact is, between now and year end is a great time to discuss the sale of your home. I have guaranteed sale program solutions for every situation, including instant multiple cash offers, 100% market value, or my trusted guarantee sale program, where I'll sell your home at our agreed upon price, or I will buy it myself.
Sounds like a plan. The time is now. Call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
For 100 years, KMOX has been part of St. Louis. Now, Together Credit Union is helping celebrate that legacy. Starting in November, visit any Together Credit Union branch to pick up a KMOX 100th anniversary commemorative ornament for just $5 while supplies last. Each ornament supports Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. Together Credit Union, honoring 100 years of KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, and Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis, improving the health of all children.
Saturday, it's NCAA football action as Notre Dame faces Stanford in college football play. It all kicks off at 9 p.m. on America's Sports Voice, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
John Hancock, Chris Ranji on KMOX today. We are with you until 12. Then the Gas House Gang happens.
Is it this mic? Okay.
What do you mean, is it this mic?
Yeah, you're on.
I was just checking.
You're on the air, but
okay.
It says Michael Kelly. If you're watching on stream, it says Michael Kelly.
That's not him.
It's not. This
So
is
the
Stuart
Democrats
McMillan.
are like really cool and stuff. That's
you
something
sounded-
like. Did
you
I sound like him?
You sounded, I mean, exactly like
Wow.
him. I've never heard anybody sound so close.
I've been working on it. John, what do you think? You've worked with him.
Oh, yeah. No,
That's pretty good.
That was, wow.
Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, come on.
Wow.
Something like that.
Stuart McMillan in from the KMOX newsroom.
I can't believe I just made fun of Michael Kelly. He's one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
in KMOX.
He should bury you when he gets a chance.
He probably is right now. He's making calls.
So, Stuart, you were moving on from this assignment.
So I'm going to stay on part-time with KMOX and be an anchor.
Nice.
From time to time. So you can't get rid of me that easy. Scott Jagow and I have been doing Chat with Stu Max segments.
Yes.
A lead into your program. I'm sorry.
That's right.
That, we got to get all the goofy stuff out of the way before we have the serious stuff, I guess, with
That's
Hancock
right.
and Kelly on Sundays. But, sorry about that. That butt was a little loud.
That was a
That's
big
a loud
butt.
butt.
It was a big butt.
It was a big one.
Yeah.
It was a big one. But,
yes,
if I may say, it's been a pleasure being a lead-in for Hancock and Kelly all these years. Did you know we've had over 100 episodes of Chat with Stu Mac on
That's
KMOX radio? I
incredible.
mean, just amazing.
You've been here
That's
how
crazy.
long?
I don't even know. The pandemic kind of like changed all sense
Right.
of time. But it was right after the pandemic started.
Oh, okay. So 21?
21-ish. Yep.
Nice.
So I am leaving the full-time gig here as editor and reporter Monday through Friday, though, at KMOX.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work that you're taking with you.
So,
you know what I mean?
So you're retiring?
No, I'm not retiring.
Hmm.
I wish I could retire.
So you got
That
a new job, I would assume.
I do.
Oh, well, do tell.
Okay. So he asked, so I'm going to tell.
Yes.
So there's a group called the Herzog Foundation out of Kansas City area, Smithville,
Yeah.
Missouri.
Been there.
And they have a news department. It's a Christian nonprofit organization, but they have a news department called The Lion, and that's a national paper. And then they have a localized version, print media online, called The Heartlander, and that's who I'll be writing for. I'll be doing political news for them, just covering Jeff City and St. Louis political news and things like that. But, yeah, that's the gig, Herzog.
Nice.
Well, we hate losing you.
Yeah.
And you have been here for a while, and you've been every Sunday morning doing Chat with Stu Mac and Scott Jagow.
Right.
What is your favorite chat that you've had?
Oh my gosh, that is such a great question. I was just diving through because I'm making some best of editions while I'm out for a minute. We still have some ones coming up that are new, but I got to make a couple best of editions. And I don't know, some of those early ones I'm listening back, they were a little rough. They were rough, you know. Just because my idea at first was to come up with 3 topics every program and like just spit them at Jagow, and we would throw them around. But I don't know. We've talked about everything from bears to Bradford pear trees and how much we hate them and how much it's connected to Jurassic Park and how, you know.
How are Bradford pear trees connected to Jurassic Park?
Well, that's a very interesting question. I'll answer that. So
is this?
Go back and listen on the podcast. No. So the way I connected it, because I seem to connect everything to Jurassic Park somehow. It comes back to dinosaurs eating people. I don't know how. But Bradford pears, they brought them to Missouri in the United States from Asia, and they were supposed to be sterile. Well, if you know anything about Jurassic Park, they said the same thing about Jurassic Park. All the dinosaurs.
Nature finds a way.
Nature finds a way, and Bradford pears exploded.
Yeah,
where they were supposed to be just
like the stink bugs.
Oh, they're the stink trees.
Yeah,
they just smell terrible.
And the carp.
Are these are the Bradford pears the trees that produce that little fruit?
Well, yes.
That when they
don't eat them though, they're gross.
No, yeah. When they hit the ground and they get smushed, they smell like dog poo.
Well,
is that them?
I thought it was fish.
Oh,
it smells like. Well, it could smell like that too. But
everything
they have a wafting smell.
Everything that invades from over there is stinky. The stink bugs. Now I can't smell the stink
Japanese
bugs.
beetles.
By the way, I'm googling Bradford pear, and I just because I'm listening to this conversation as I do it, I typed in Bradford poo. So is it Bradford? The calorie pear, is that the same tree?
Who's it named
it's
after?
The same. I don't know.
It's got to be somebody
Jennifer
named Bradford out there.
Yeah.
That's got a stinky tree named after him.
Yeah, it's got a more technical name.
What a
but
terrible thing that would be.
Yeah, that guy. Well, and they're weak too. Every storm will take them out, and they're just horrible invasive creatures. So there's a council for invasive species.
Yeah.
And I would love to know those people. You know, they're
No
probably
kidding.
the most interesting people at dinner parties. Destroy, those kind of folks.
You got the ivy out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
the honeysuckle. The honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
Don't even get me started on the.
It'll mess you up.
It'll mess up your yard.
Yes.
It'll mess up everything.
Yeah.
So that was just one chat with Stu Mac.
Well, I can see where that's appointment radio.
I mean, we've talked more about it here than I did on the show.
And by the way,
yes,
I am not thinking of the Bradford pear. I'm thinking of the ginkgo biloba.
Oh, the ginkgo
That is the
tree?
one that they're little orange, yellowish fruits.
Yeah.
They're about the size of grapes, and they fall on the ground. And if you smash them, they do smell like dog poop.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That is a fun fact.
They have
That
them.
is a fun fact right there.
They do have them in Forest Park. There used to be a park in Granite City. There is a park in Granite City. Wilson Park.
City Park has them. Or City Garden.
City Garden has
it's
those stinky
the ginkgo trees. Yeah.
Wilson Park,
Well, why
the
do
park
they
I grew
smell
up
so
with.
bad?
They have. I don't know, John. Maybe it's.
I did a 5th grade report on ginkgo trees.
You
Is that
did.
right?
I did.
So why do they smell so bad?
I don't remember the smell part though. In my because it was an oral report, so I couldn't really go to the 4D thing and be this is what it smells like.
Should
or
have been
something like that.
An olfactory report.
Yes.
That'd have been different.
Yeah.
I mean, a stinky tree. It's just,
So did Scott talk about what we're going to talk about in the coming weeks?
No.
On Chat with Stu Mac. So okay, so I talked about the Sally Lunn bread for Thanksgiving. I don't know if you all heard about that. So there was a special bread made back in the 1680s in France. A lady named Sally Lunn escaping the edict of the French king because he was being very cruel to the Protestant Huguenots in the 1680s. She fled from France and went to England. Bath, England is where she landed. I guess they take baths.
So they do take baths.
They have several baths.
And she started baking her bread over there.
And the special little bread recipe she had, fast forward to Colonial America, makes it here. And George Washington.
Sally Lund herself.
No, but the recipe made it. The recipe made it
the
over.
recipe traveled across the ocean.
To Washington's breakfast table because it was eventually called here in Colonial America Washington's breakfast bread because he loved the recipe so much.
Wow.
So it got Americanized, and now, now you can make Sally Lund and have federal bread.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what about Sarah Lee?
Now that, or Maria Carey. And you gotta give them all props. All of them. Sarah Lee, that's in Missouri. She's in Missouri, isn't she?
Sarah
Popcorn?
Lee?
Yeah. That's the factory down in Perryville or something.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Popcorn
Didn't know
queen.
that. What do you think the most interesting thing about St. Louis is, Stu? Are you high right now?
I'm just laughing at you. You're ridiculous. So, what are you thinking about the price of tea in China now?
Listen,
let's go to the next question. Was Barney and Friends your favorite show as a child?
Was it?
No.
Yes.
Stuart, what do you think in all of the stuff that you have done? Because you're always doing something a little off the wall. What is the most interesting thing about St. Louis?
I'm gonna not answer your question perfectly because I'm really good at deviating and running away from questions.
You could do that.
That is an excellent point.
That's a great politician skill.
Deviations with Stu Mac. But I will answer your question another way. I remember a scene, one of the most picturesque scenes in all of St. Louis history, in my mind, as a reporter, is when I was outside the arch looking at the church there, the cathedral, the old cathedral, downtown cathedral.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful scene. The arch is there. The church steeple is, in the middle of the arch. And there's a man with a sniper rifle trained on a building. And I thought, this has got to be the most St. Louis photo I've ever taken in my life. And Robert Cohen, actually, with the Post-Dispatch, won an award for almost the same angle photo that I took for KMOX Radio on my Twitter page.
Why was the guy standing with the
Was it
sniper?
Obama's speech?
No, it was there was a guy who it was a domestic situation in the hotel there on Drury. They had it locked down for hours, and this was a couple of years ago, but they had it locked down for a while, and they literally had a sniper rifle trained on one of the rooms, and they had guys that were coming down with rope, like you would see. Yeah. They were coming down and smashing into
like
the window.
The Blues Brothers.
It was quite a scene, but when Robert and I both looked and was like, I can't believe I'm looking at this right now. But it's just, it was just kind of a crazy time in St. Louis with a lot of shootings going on, and then you have this guy up on a scaffolding. I mean, he was in a bucket truck. That's what it was. He was in a bucket truck, hoisted up, and you have the arch, the church, and a guy with a sniper rifle.
And a pea picker.
What year was that?
It was a couple years ago. I have to look at my Twitter feed, but it might have been 22.
A cherry picker, I think it is.
Yeah,
you're right.
The bucket truck,
cherry picker.
Yeah, it would be like a guy would use on an electric line or something. But that's got to be one of the most surreal moments. Just covering news here and just seeing it can say that picture speaks volumes.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I heard your story. I heard you promoting the story this morning about the winter weather that is coming this way.
Yeah.
And we talked to Mayor Kara Spencer earlier in the week about, whether or not we're prepared this time.
Nice pun.
When
whether or not.
Yeah.
So genius.
Last year, we know the winter weather was a problem. Or was it earlier this year? I think it was back in January.
Earlier this year.
Yeah, it was January.
And so she ran on that. She ran on, hey, we're going to do the simple stuff like make sure that the snow is plowed.
Well, here's the big test.
So,
it's coming this weekend.
Yeah.
Possibly,
Right. So this is a potential deal here, right?
I mean, I'm thinking, from what AccuWeather's telling us, we're going to get some snow here. I mean, north might be more, but it's interesting about the side streets. That was the big deal. No, the side streets aren't being plowed, and historically, St. Louis hasn't really done that.
Yeah.
And so last winter was really bad where the side streets stayed cold and ice for a long time, which caused a lot of problems, and it could be problems for emergency vehicles getting places and things like that. But I think it's good that they've included that now. At least it's not high on the priority list, though. If you look at the whole game plan that they have now with Spencer's administration, they still have to get the main roads clear.
Yeah,
right?
That's number one.
And then they've got to get intersections make sure those are clear on main thoroughfares, and then they can
Bridges
start
and overpasses.
bridges. Yeah, I mean, those are the MoDOT usually takes care of the big stuff because of the interstates. But yeah, for as the local side of things, those are so it's going to be down there on the list. So people might be getting angry, like, why aren't they cleaning this? Well, they're still working on the other streets. So it'll be interesting to see how that response is. There's only 4 small plows that can go down the side streets.
That's right.
Only 4.
Yeah.
I remember I was in Oklahoma like 20 years ago. My sister was moving there, and we were helping her to move there. She wanted to be a meteorologist, whatever. And they had 4 plows for the whole city, like big plows.
Wow.
Oh, God.
And they had this
they probably
huge.
don't get a lot of snow.
They don't, but they had a huge snowstorm, and we were both laughing because we were from St. Louis. I'm like, oh man, we're going to be stuck in our homes for weeks because it's just huge ice storm. So they have tons of trucks. I can't remember the number right now, but they have a lot more than 4 for the bigger plows to do the streets, but only 4 smaller plows for the smaller side streets.
Patience maybe here. Is your sister still a meteorologist?
No.
Oh.
She said she wanted to be one.
Oh.
It's tough to do.
She didn't make it.
Oklahoma, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tornadoes and all that.
Tornadoes a big, like University of Oklahoma has a lot of meteorologists.
Yeah, it's like St. Louis. We always get tornado warnings. That's the place to go if you want to be a meteorologist. Go to Oklahoma City. That's
Well, Stuart McMillan, good to talk to you.
And
sorry
congratulations
to see you go.
on your new gig.
Thank you, sir.
You'll be missed, but you won't be completely missed.
Yeah, I'll be only half missed.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you walk away. You know what I mean? All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Stuart McMillan. He'll have Chat with Stu Mac this weekend.
Turn this mic off now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Stuart McMillan, our guy. John Hancock, Chris Ranji with you. Do not forget, Gas House Gang at 12 o'clock. We're going to talk sports then from 12 until 1 on KMOX.
Hi, Margaret with Eamon Gantner and Capriano. We all procrastinate. We put things off, confident we'll have time later. Well, one who procrastinates in choosing will inevitably have their choices made for them by circumstance. Could be an illness or even a death. And it happened to me. I was widowed at 41. It could happen to you. If you procrastinate and fail to plan for your future, for your children, circumstances and the courts will make your plans for you without your input. Eamon Gantner and Capriano help thousands of families plan for their future now. We can be your personal attorney too, guiding you with a will, trust, powers of attorney, Medicaid, and VA. You may delay, but time does not. Eamon Gantner and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising.
Winter Wonderland, presented by St. Louis County Parks and Recreation at Tillis Park, is now open through January 3rd. Enjoy more than 1 million dazzling lights with holiday characters and festive scenes. Whether you're carrying on a family tradition or starting a new one, you'll never see anything like Winter Wonderland at Tillis Park. Happy holidays from Kirkwood Fence, Tully Tire, Washington U Orthopedics, Restoration One, and Happy Roof. Get more info at KMOX.com.
Sponsored by Progressive. We make the claims process easy so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com.
Adam, what are you thankful for?
Great question, Nick. My new son Henry, eating too much of Mom's pumpkin pie.
I'm grateful that Legacy Box has been able to help millions of people safeguard their important recorded moments. And with our Black Friday event that starts now, more families can enjoy digitizing their home movies and pictures with an insane 65% off.
Legacy Box is the best gift for you or a family member. It's what Better Homes and Gardens calls the most sentimental gift to make this holiday season special, and what Reader's Digest called a genius product.
That's because Legacy Box is simple and safe, and we digitize everything by hand.
You'll get your originals back, plus digital copies that protect your treasured tapes, film reels, and photos from floods, mold, even the decay of time.
So while the stuffing is in the oven, make sure to visit Legacy Box and shop our Black Friday event to take an unreal 65% off. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast.
Black Friday starts now at legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com to take 65% off. LegacyBox.com/value.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hi, this is Randy Carricker. Congratulations to KMOX, 100 years strong as the voice of St. Louis.
Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
Well, it's really John Hancock today, and
Sorry.
Chris. What do you mean?
Well,
sorry,
people tune in here to listen to Amy.
Well, yeah, but they also tune in to listen to you because you are a fixture.
Is that right?
I would say you're a fixture.
Huh.
Yeah, you can look. People love you
like a piece of furniture.
People love you, and they respect you, and they want you to be permanent part of the station.
Well, not everybody.
Did you see the massive fire downtown?
Yes. Well, I saw the smoke.
Yep.
A lot of smoke.
There is a lot of smoke, and it looks like one of those abandoned buildings.
Yeah.
And my assumption is that probably people there trying to stay warm, and the place went up, which is kind of what happened just north of the city. Wasn't it last winter?
Yeah,
where that old building, the historic building was destroyed?
Yeah, that had the books, the publishing house in there, I think. That was another massive fire, and this thing, they said, is going to burn for another day or two.
Yeah, it's definitely going to smolder, and it looks that way. I drove in to work this morning, and you could see it.
Yeah.
Right? And so, and it had started several hours prior to when I came in, but that was, it's not good, man. It's not good
at all.
And
not
that,
good at all.
John, is the area of town where there have been all these proposals to Riverfront South, I believe is what it's called, right? Where they want to redevelop it and make it something. That could be such a big boon to the city if they are able to develop that.
Yes. I've got some thoughts about this.
Let's hear them.
All right. Well, I can't right now because we're out of time.
Oh, we're about to. Okay. And we don't have a chance to do it when we come back either. Because we've got to do the no prize pick'em challenge.
Oh, I can't wait. Who's our celebrity?
Our celebrity guest will be Alexa Datt from FanDuel Sports Network Midwest.
Nice. Very nice.
She will be the celebrity picker going up against listener Dave. Listener Dave is participating today. How about that?
Oh, that's perfect.
You ready to go?
Let's go.
All right. We'll do that when we come back. John Hancock, Chris Ranji. The no prize pick'em challenge is next on KMOX.
Hey there, it's Steven, the owner of the Photo Pros, formerly Creve Coeur Camera. Each day, people bring us their family history, single photos in need of restoration, piles of photos wanting them to be scanned, boxes of slides, albums, videotapes, DVDs, and even old home movies. We take them and digitize them, or what we call scan them at high resolution, and place them on a USB thumb drive. Plus, many people want additional copies for the rest of the family. Yes, we'll make you copies. Here's the best part. You don't have to send them out of St. Louis and have a chance of losing them. If needed, we can fix or restore the entire image or images. We are slightly higher priced than the internet, but our quality is top notch. Remember the Photo Pros, formerly Creve Coeur Camera. Come visit Mark, Derek, Daryl, Tony, and me, Steven, at our store. You can reach us at 314-567-3456 or Google the Photo Pros or even Creve Coeur Camera.
Here in St. Louis, we take pride in supporting our health and our community. That's why more and more families are turning to Neovitin multivitamins, created by a local physician and made right here in the U.S. using the highest quality domestic and international ingredients. With formulas for men, women, and adults 50 plus, Neovitin helps keep St. Louis families energized, supported, and ready for life. Find Neovitin at your local Deerbergs, Schnucks, and online at neovitin.com. Neovitin, trusted nutrition from St. Louis for St. Louis.
Hey, Cardinal Cowboy here. Who would have thought a car crash would have led to charities, TV shows, and cheering with the best fans in the world? I'm thankful for every day. And so are my friends at Renner Garage Door. They've been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. With help from trusted brands like Deldon, Amar, and LiftMaster, honest family-style service you can count on. So giddy up and get your free repair or replacement quote today. Giddy up!
R-E-N-N-E-R, R-E-N-N-E-R.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. The Brennans love celebrating the holidays at home, and there's never been a better time to move up to McKelvey with our Home for the Holidays sale. Save big with savings of $25,000 plus up to $10,000 cash at closing on every move-in ready home, and on select homes, special financing starting at 4.75%. We have a wide variety of homes with all the most popular features selected by our experienced design team. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
Experience a musical kaleidoscope as the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra performs Shostakovich's 15th, Rebellion and Reckoning, an epic symphonic memoir. Cellist Kian Soltany joins to make his St. Louis debut, using his bow to tell the story of Haydn's elegant cello concerto. December 5th and 6th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets at slso.org.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 11 o'clock, we have sunny skies, 32 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. A massive warehouse fire on the city riverfront south of the Arch has been contained, but as KMOX's Sean Malone tells us, that battle is far from over.
Battalion Chief Bill Callahan with the St. Louis City Fire Department says their response is down to about 50 firefighters at this point, and they have contained the fire to the buildings of origin. Now, while you're not seeing the large flames shooting from these buildings anymore, he says a lot of work still needs to be done.
We're going to be continuously putting water on this until we get a better handle of what's going on. Majority of the fire obviously is knocked down, but we got a lot of hot spots still that we have to take care of.
Callahan says they expect to continue fighting this fire into Saturday. In downtown St. Louis, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Those historic warehouses were slated for redevelopment. You could wake up to a wintry mix in the morning.
It starts out as snow, and then as we go probably past about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I suspect the snow and sleet mix will start to mix with rain and then go over to mostly rain by the time we get to lunchtime.
AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg says areas to the northeast of St. Louis could see more snow, as much as 3 to 6 inches of accumulation. A winter weather advisory kicks in at midnight tonight. We'll have the forecast coming up. A controversial AI teddy bear is back on the market.
The toy company was forced to pull its AI-powered teddy bear from stores due to child safety concerns. After a research group found that Kuma was giving inappropriate and potentially dangerous messages to kids. With little prompting, it would talk about sexually explicit content and even gave details on how to start a fire.
1. Hold the matchbox with one hand.
Folo Toy says it's updated its safety guards and protections, and now the stuffed animal is back for sale again. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
From the business desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Businesses in the region are keeping a wary eye on their costs right now.
Just affordability concerns with respect to the cost of insurance, cost of utilities, and then also food costs have gone up pretty noticeably. You know, beef being one that's been cited pretty widely in recent times.
However, Chuck Gascon, senior economist with the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, tells KMOX cattle producers in Missouri have seen a bit of a benefit to the beef prices. He says overall, many businesses report they're holding off on hiring and expansion plans for the time being. A check of the forecast now from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk. A winter weather advisory kicks in at midnight. It'll be cold today with sunshine fading behind clouds, a high 38. Cloudy tonight, snow arriving toward morning with a low of 33. And then, as you heard from Joe Lundberg, we're going to have a mix of sleet and rain in the morning, starting with snow, though. By midday, downtown, that should be gone. But to the north and northeast, you could see up to 6 inches of accumulation. Expect a high tomorrow near 40 degrees. Right now, we have sunshine 32 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX and the free Odyssey app.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Hey, from the top now, let's go. Who's ready for some football? Football!
Why are you smiling? Because I love football. So glad football season's back.
Oh, boy. It's already been a week.
Yes.
John Hancock.
It's Friday, though.
It is week 13 of the NFL season.
Very hard to believe.
And we are already like 3 games into just absolute madness this week. A bunch of games yesterday, as is the custom that we have Thursday football, Thanksgiving Day football, and my God. Cowboys beat the Chiefs. The Packers beat the Lions on the road. Joe Burrow and the Bengals already beat the Ravens and beat them handily.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
It's incredible.
It is
in the
incredible.
National Football League.
So it is time for the No Prize Pick'em Challenge, and we are here with you and hopefully our listener, who's our participating today, Dave. Listener Dave is with us on KMOX. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Do we have, hey, Dave, how are you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
All right. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I could not be better.
So were you a host or a guest of Thanksgiving, Dave?
I was a guest.
Nice. Well done.
You don't want to be a host.
That's a lot of cleanup, man. A lot of cleanup.
We are attempting.
We host Christmas Eve, so that's enough.
Oh, Christmas Eve?
Go. Yes.
Do you know how much I miss Christmas Eve? Like, we don't really do a whole Christmas Eve thing anymore, but for years we did. We had a whole family thing, and then a neighbor. There was a neighbor involved. We go to their house. It was awesome.
Yeah, and
I love that.
Along about 11 o'clock, we fire up Jingle All the Way.
Oh, that's your favorite?
Yes.
I knew that.
It's a great movie.
All right, so
Epic.
Dave, well, they're supposed to be going up against Alexa Dat from FanDuel Sports Network Midwest. We are attempting to connect, but Alexa the phone is not working. So we will hopefully be able to connect with her. Otherwise,
we'll just
Dave,
struggle through together.
Dave, you'll just be going up against John and me.
Yeah,
that's fine.
That? Sure. All right. So here's how it works, Dave. I think you know how it goes. All you have to do, we're going to give you the name of the game, the 2 teams that are playing. You tell us who you think is going to win that game, and then tell us why you think, even if it's a stupid reason.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get started with the San Francisco 49ers. They are on the road to face Cleveland, the Browns, with Shedeur Sanders as their quarterback. Who do you think is going to win this one?
I'm going with San Francisco. You gotta bet on Brock Purdy. Cleveland's got a good defense, but not good enough.
That's right. All right, so you're going with the 49ers. All right, what do you think, John?
Well, you know, if you look at this thing, you got the 49ers, they're kind of gold over here, and then you got the Browns, they're kind of brown. And
that's true.
Yeah. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with the Browns.
You're going to go with the Browns?
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You think Shedeur's got something
This Colonel
going?
Sanders guy is he's a player.
It's not Colonel Sanders. It's Shedeur Sanders.
That's
this is
right.
Deion Sanders' son.
That's him. Yeah.
Who's just now been named the starter.
He's
so
going to have a heck of a game.
He's number one on their depth chart.
Yep.
All right, so Shedeur Sanders hosting the 49ers. I am with Dave on this one. I think San Francisco wins. I don't think it's going to be all that close. I'm not sure Sanders is really all that good to begin with. Maybe he will be someday. I think the hype is probably bigger than he actually is, but we're going to find out, I guess. Here we go now. In Indianapolis, the Colts are hosting the Texans. What do you think about this one, Dave?
I'm going with Indianapolis. You cannot beat the Daniel Jones-Jonathan Taylor combo.
You know what? That is a very good combo right now.
Huh. Is Stroud back yet, or is he still injured?
I believe he's back.
Yeah.
Well, then let me be the first to say.
Wow.
The Houston Texans
are
going to take this game.
You're going with
CJ
Houston?
Stroud. Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
I know it.
I can't believe you did it. I'm going to have to pick the Colts in this one. Look, there's something about the Colts that I don't quite believe in.
I agree.
They're 8-3, and I suppose this is a lot like the Bears, right? People don't believe in the Bears, even though they are 8-3.
They are.
I have the same feeling about the Indianapolis Colts. So C.J. Stroud, by the way, has been back, but he is questionable. He's listed as questionable for the game Sunday.
Who's their backup over there?
Their backup would be Davis Mills.
Oh, well, that's I'm going to stick.
You going to stick with Houston?
Yeah,
All right.
buddy.
Well, I'm going to go with the Indianapolis
All right.
Colts on this one. All right, next up, it is the Arizona Cardinals, and they will face the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, Dave.
Well, I'm going with Tampa Bay. Mayfield did not look very good last week, but I think he's going to bounce back.
All right, I think that's fair.
As much as I hate to root against my former team of my childhood, the Arizona Cardinals, I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to take this one.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I believe that all three of us are going to be in line on this one. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am taking it, all three of us going with the Buccaneers, who are, by the way, if you're a betting fan, they are a 3-point favorite in this game. Here's another one of the former St. Louis team kind, the Rams. Rams are on the road in Carolina. They will face the Panthers, Dave.
Carolina's playing good, but the Rams are on another level this year. They look really good. I got to pick them.
I hate to say it, the Rams are my favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. Just seeing them both sides of the ball, what they're doing, they're going to win this game.
You know what? I have to go with you guys. It is they are a 10-point favorite, and they're just so good. It's painful, and every time it happens, I had this conversation yesterday at Thanksgiving, and we were just watching football, and my uncle said something of the sort, well, now he's investing in the team. When he was here, he didn't invest in the team.
True.
He intentionally tanked
Absolutely true.
this team so that he can move it, and the NFL allowed him to do it, which is just, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's not. I can believe it.
It's un-American.
Yeah, it really is. It's crap. So the Rams, I'm picking the Rams too, because they are just a very good team, and they might be a Super Bowl favorite. You might be right about that. This other team from the NFC could be a Super Bowl favorite. That's the Seahawks, and they are hosting the Minnesota Vikings. So this is an 11.5-point spread where Seattle is the favorite in this game, Dave.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle, too. Minnesota just can't get it together this year.
Huh. Well, I'm going to go out on a little bit of a limb here. You got that guy, what's his name, J.J.
McCarthy.
Yeah, and, he's supposed to be the cat's meow, they say out there. Runs. And, he's gonna put those whiskers to the test, and he's going to defeat the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going with the Vikings.
You're going with the Vikings. I can't believe it, and I'll tell you why I can't believe it, because I think J.J. McCarthy actually stinks. I think he stinks, and everybody tried to build him up and tell me how good he was and that the Bears should have taken him and not Caleb Williams. Yeah, I heard that. Are you kidding me? The Seattle Seahawks win this one easily.
All right.
The home team. Bills are on the road. This is a good game. Bills and Steelers. So this game, the Pittsburgh Steelers just lost to the Bears, you might remember. Their starting quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, I believe is going to be back in the game for this one, Dave.
It's going to be a close game, but I don't know. I got to go with Buffalo because I don't know if they can contain Josh Allen.
Yeah, hard to argue with that logic. In fact, I'm not going to argue with that logic. The Buffalo Bills will prevail in this game by 12 points.
12 points. They are a 3-point favorite, only a 3-point favorite on the road. I'm picking Buffalo just because I will never pick Aaron Rodgers unless it benefits me somehow. I hate that guy.
He is an odd duck.
He's an odd duck. I hate him. Just hate him. All right.
He was dating Danica Patrick for a while.
He was.
Yeah.
She's a weirdo, too.
Yeah, apparently.
Glad her career's over. All right, the Atlanta Falcons, they're on the road. They face the Jets in New York.
Ugh.
The Falcons are a 2.5-point favorite, Dave.
Well, what a sucky game for both teams. I got to pick Atlanta. They're both using their backup quarterbacks. Jets haven't had any interceptions. I don't know. I just got to go with Atlanta.
All right, so that's a Atlanta Falcons pick from our friend Dave. You know, every now and then something really strange just happens out there.
Yeah, what's
that? Justin Fields is going to be on the bench. So I would say I'm predicting an upset here, boys. The New York Football Jets are going to win this game. That's right.
Dude, let me tell you something. I'm with you.
Ooh.
I'm picking the Jets.
Wow.
I am picking the Jets, even though they have mistreated my boy, Justin Fields.
They have.
He's no longer starting. Tyrod Taylor's starting in the game. But at least I believe that's what's going to happen. And I'm still picking the Jets anyway. Jets at home, get a win. Okay. Now we are on to our Sunday night contest.
Yes.
So here's the way this goes. Dave, we're going to ask you to tell us who you think is going to win. Then you have to give us the total amount of points that will be scored in the game. And that will serve as our tiebreaker. So, the Broncos and Commanders, they will be in Washington. Somehow the Commanders have had like 5 primetime games this year already. It's madness. All right, Denver, Washington, in Washington. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, Denver's my team. Got to go with Bo Nix. He's the guy.
Bo Nix and the Broncos. How many points?
47.
47 points. The over-under, by the way, is 43.5, in case you were wondering. You still comfortable with 47?
I am.
Okay. John Hancock.
Well, is Daniels back? Nobody knows.
Oh, Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
I don't know if he is starting this week. I think he's questionable.
Okay. Well,
so,
you know,
he's listed as questionable.
I'm going to live to say I told you so on this one because the Washington Commanders are going to win this game, and they're going to win this game by a score of 41-26.
40. Okay, don't make me do math. So
61.
Washington.
That's 67 points right there.
41-26. 67 points?
Yeah, buddy.
John.
They're gonna ring that score up. You just wait and see.
Dude. I can't believe we're doing this. All right, Washington at home. I'm sorry, but I think Denver wins this one. I can't believe you picked 67 points.
Oh, yeah.
Are you insane?
No, I'm telling you, you just wait. You Monday morning, you will be amazed. You will be amazed.
Okay. Denver. Let's see. I'm gonna pick the Broncos here too. They're 9-2, man. They're a good team.
Yeah,
I think they get their 10th win of the season. Bo Nix has been good. I hate to say it, but he has been good. I think they win this one, and I think they score 44 points total in the contest.
All right.
So there it is. Dave, you know what happens if you win this contest, right?
I do. Absolutely nothing.
That's right. See? Dave gets it. Dave gets it. He's been listening. He's been listening to the show.
Yes.
Well done, Dave. We hope that the only thing you do get is you might get the comeback. So that's the deal.
Okay.
If you win, you get the comeback next Friday. Is that a good enough deal?
Perfect.
All right. Very good.
All right.
Thank
Take
you,
it
Dave.
easy, Dave. Thanks for playing.
Hey, guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too.
Look who decided to wake up.
Who?
Alexa Dat from FanDuel Sports Network Midwest is now joining the show. What the hell, Alexa? The hell's going on over there?
Listen, I consumed a large amount of calories last night and put myself into a tryptophan coma, and it was very hard to wake up this morning, but I answered the call. I'm here for you
My
guys.
God.
Let's make some football picks.
Well, it's too late. The picks are over.
Oh, no!
You're 15 minutes late.
We can ask Alexa what she thinks is going to happen.
Okay, yeah. You want to do these picks real quick?
She has to.
Yeah, let's do them.
It's in the
you have to.
contract.
Dave, you hear this?
Wow, what
Dave?
a flake I am. I'm the worst, you guys.
Dave, can you believe this crap?
I don't get it. Well, why can't she wake up? I had just as much to eat and drink as she did.
That's right.
I don't know, Dave. I feel like our meals could go toe-to-toe, and I might beat you.
All right, Alexa, here's the deal. We're going to go through these very, very quickly. All right, Texas, Indianapolis. The Houston Texans in Indianapolis. Colts, Texans. What do you think?
Colts. Let's go with the Colts.
Okay, Colts. Cardinals, Bucks.
I'm a huge Cardinals fan.
Oh, no. So you're going
Let's go with the Cardinals.
All right, Arizona. Okay, Rams, Panthers. Rams are on the road in Carolina.
I mean, you can't root for Rams anything ever. We're going Carolina.
Okay, Carolina. Seahawks and Vikings in Seattle.
The Seahawks in Seattle. You always pick them at home.
Seahawks in Seattle.
Hey, you forgot the 49ers and the Browns.
I'm getting there.
All right, buddy.
Hold on.
That's where we started before.
Buffalo.
Trying to keep it on the
Buffalo and the
straight and narrow
Steelers in
over.
Pittsburgh. Bills, Steelers.
Let's go Steelers. Bounce back.
How dare you? You know Aaron Rodgers is playing. All right. Falcons and the Jets in New York.
How about the Falcons?
Oh, right.
How about the
ATL.
Falcons?
Everybody. No, not everybody did. Okay. Now here we go. It's the Browns, Shedeur Sanders, and the 49ers in Cleveland.
Yeah, I like the 49ers in Cleveland.
All right. The 49ers in Cleveland. I think we all know John went against it.
My great uncle.
Yeah.
Great uncle was a 49er.
Oh, is that right?
Gold prospect.
Well, how about that? Yeah.
He struck gold, as a matter of fact.
He did?
Yeah.
All right, so the Broncos are on the road. This is the Sunday night game. Broncos and Commanders in Washington. The over-under is 43.5, so tell us how many points will be scored in the game.
What was the over-under again?
43.5.
Let's go under.
Okay, well, you have to pick. Give me a number.
42.
42, and you think, I'm guessing you think Washington's going to win.
Yes, of course. Come on. Is that even a question?
Now, see, Alexa's...
I'm from D.C.
Yeah, Alexa's a big Commanders fan.
You were born and raised in D.C.?
That's right.
Wow.
All right.
You don't see a lot of that out there.
Well,
no, and I'm on the Eastern Shore right now in Delaware, so I'm kind of the DMV all day, every day.
Wow, you're in Delaware.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
I love Delaware.
That is absolutely fascinating.
I love it. Hey, Dat, thanks for your help today.
Oh, my gosh. I'm the worst. You guys, I owe you so big. Happy Thanksgiving. Love y'all.
Yes, you do. Bye, Alexa. That's Alexa Dat, FanDuel Sports Network Midwest. Dave, our listener from, I don't know where Dave is from. Dave didn't tell us. Is Dave from Kirkwood?
It's got to be.
Dave must be from Kirkwood. All right. Well, Dave, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Alexa, we appreciate you. That's the No Prize Pick'em Challenge. We will have winners next week. All right, folks. We've got more coming up. John Hancock.
Yes.
Chris Ranji with you until 12 o'clock. Dana Hughes is coming up at 11:30. We'll talk about the Chiefs and what happened there. That's on KMOX.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
The threat of a pandemic has become
There when the world stood still.
My aunt and uncle got COVID.
We are averaging
about 275 to 300 new cases per day right now.
The St. Charles County Health Department reports a positivity rate as high as 24%.
So in the meantime, we focus on treatments. What's the range of treatments being offered for COVID-19?
The vast majority of things is what we will call supportive care.
People are weary of loss, sacrifice, and inconvenience. They want to feel safe, to see loved ones again, and to get back to the things they enjoy.
The light at the end of the pandemic tunnel means hugging and kissing my mother again for the first time in 10 months.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Are you tired of online threats? Then get an antivirus. It's the only online protection you will ever need.
Disclaimer, an antivirus is just half protection online. It will not protect you from snoopers or encrypt your online traffic. So this Black Friday, get better online protection with NordVPN. NordVPN will encrypt your traffic, protect you from malware and phishing, and stop annoying ads. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal with 73% off and enjoy 3 extra months.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
I hear from sellers all the time that they fear they have missed out on the selling market. They are so relieved to learn September, October, and November are strong selling months. With low inventory and hopefully lower interest rates, this fall will be a hot one for real estate. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. You may have heard me say, why pay more than 4 for years? Now it's why pay more than 2, saving you even more money. Call me 314-441-4444. And remember, why pay more than 2?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri, Kansas, and Nevada.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Glover here for my friends at Cantor Injury Law. Cantor is local, and we're here doing the work every day. We're right here in St. Louis, and we're ready to fight for you. CantorInjuryLaw.com or call 314-628-9999.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
Hi, this is Ron Jacober. 100 years. That's how many years KMOX has been the voice of St. Louis. Congratulations to the Mighty Mocs.
So Time, the magazine?
Yes.
You used to be able to buy it in stores?
Yeah.
Can you still? Or is it only online? I don't know.
They still probably print that thing, but I don't know.
They put out a list of the best shows best TV shows to come out in November.
All right.
And there's one that I really think you need to get on board with.
All right.
Because I don't know, do you have Netflix?
Yes.
Okay. So they have shows like The Beast in Me is listed here. There's a show called Pluribus, which is on Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we're talking about. There is a show also on Netflix, and it's called Death by Lightning.
I've seen it.
You watched it already?
Yes.
See, I knew you would.
Yes.
I knew you would be interested. I didn't know that you would have been on it already.
Charles Guiteau and
James
President
Garfield.
James A. Garfield and his Vice President Chester A. Arthur.
What a great show. It's a mini, I think there's 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Fascinating.
So it's about the assassination of Garfield, and Guiteau is played by Matthew McFadden, who was in Succession. He played Tom in Succession, if you watched that show.
I did not.
Michael Shannon, terrific actor, plays James Garfield. You've got Nick Offerman in the show. And it follows the 2 lives. It follows Garfield and Guiteau and something wrong with that guy. Who ended up murdering Garfield.
He did.
So, I think we all knew about that, but just a really good show. And I knew you would like it. I'm glad you picked up on it already.
Yeah, and Arthur, a fascinating historical figure because he came out of the political machine in New York City And he was a product of the patronage system and thrived under it. And he was the first president that really ushered in civil service reform to the federal government. And he was a very well-dressed, well-mannered guy. He loved fancy parties.
Mm-hmm.
He updated the White House when he lived there and kind of turned it into a modern, place that was a showpiece, as far as the inside of the White House facilities, and a president that nobody ever talks about anymore.
Well, he was on the job for what, a month?
Well, that was Garfield.
Garfield
was. No, he lingered a couple of months after the assassination, but he less than a year. He's the second shortest serving president in history.
Now, during the time that he was, because he was bedridden for a bit,
2 months,
was he actually able to lead during that time?
Yeah. I mean, it was not the demanding job as it is now. Of course, the federal government was quite a bit smaller then. But it wasn't a situation like Woodrow Wilson where his wife ran the country for the last several months of his presidency.
It's such a fascinating thing. And for somebody who was not president for very long, I mean, that's why we don't talk about him either. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if he would have been good or not, but it seems like he could have done some good.
Well, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He was, it was not even. In fact, he gave the nominating speech
for somebody else.
Yeah, and Sherman, who was the brother of General Sherman. This was John Sherman, and Garfield gave his nominating speech, and on the strength of that oration, he got one vote on the first ballot, and I don't know how many dozens of ballots in 1880, but there was a lot, and he kind of became the consensus choice after so much time had passed, and then he becomes the president. It's a really fascinating piece of American history.
At the Republican Convention, Exposition Hall in Chicago.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It is.
That building no longer there, but it was huge.
Yeah. A lot of conventions held in Chicago. We had some. 1904 Republican Convention was here in St. Louis. And I think 1912 Democratic Convention was in St. Louis. Could be wrong.
We could have another one. We should have one someday, don't you think?
Well, we did put in, I want to say it was in 2004, we made a run at getting the national convention here.
Yeah.
And brought the RNC out, and they ended up picking New York City. That was a great convention in New York, by the way.
John Hancock, appreciate you hanging out with me for a while. I know you've got to get rolling.
I do.
But I'm going to stick around for a little bit longer until 12 o'clock. Then it's the Gas House Gang. We've got Mike Claiborne. We have
fun.
Matt Pauley and me. We'll talk about Eli Drinkwitz and his extension. We got more coming up. Talk a little football and all kinds of good stuff. But Hancock, thank you, buddy.
You bet, man. Everybody have a great rest of your weekend out there.
That is John Hancock. I'm Chris Ranji. It's the Chris and Amy Show. When we come back, we're going to talk Chiefs football with Danon Hughes, who is the Chiefs radio analyst and former wide receiver. We'll get his take on what happened yesterday. The Chiefs took a loss again. They are 6-6 on the season. Their playoff hopes are in jeopardy. Danon is next on KMOX.
Hey guys, Dave Glover here from the Dave Glover Show. So, what is my show? My show is 4 different people living 4 different lives, all coming together every day between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. to talk about life, actual life. Not so much headlines or did you see what Trump did today or XYZ. Never predictable because I never know what I'm going to talk about from one segment to the next. So it truly is unique and unpredictable. Join us.
104.1 FM, KMOX.
When life happens and you need to sell your St. Louis area home, call trusted realtor Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria is St. Louis's real estate expert with more than 22 years of experience and expertise, helping you sell quickly and for the most money.
Selling your home can be so stressful, especially when life happens, like a sudden job change, a passing of a loved one, or a growing family. Knowing exactly how much your home will sell in today's market is the first step. Then I back it up with an upfront written guarantee. My guarantee is simple and easy to understand. If I can't sell your home at our agreed upon price and time frame, I'll buy it myself.
When life happens, the name to remember is Gloria Liu, your home sold guaranteed realty. I strongly suggest you call her right now at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
Well, it's cold out there. Right now, 33 and sunny. We'll have a high of 38 today, and a winter weather advisory is in effect overnight, expecting a few inches of snow at least here in the St. Louis area.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
Hi, Margaret with Eamon, Gantner, and Capriano. Our St. Louis Baseball Cardinals reset last season. Now they're planning for the long term. Have you thought about a long-term plan for your family? A will? A trust? Powers of attorney? Eamon, Gantner, and Capriano can guide you with a personalized estate plan. Sign up for our free webinar on our website, YourEstateMatters.com. Learn more about estate planning, get some answers, list your questions, then schedule a consultation. You can plan for your family, your favorite charities, taxes, your long-term care, and even your pets now, before the courts do it for you later. Eamon, Gantner, and Capriano, YourEstateMatters.com.
The choice of an attorney is an important decision and shouldn't be based solely on advertising. For 100 years, KMOX has been part of St. Louis. Now, Together Credit Union is helping celebrate that legacy. Starting in November, visit any Together Credit Union branch to pick up a KMOX 100th anniversary commemorative ornament for just $5 while supplies last. Each ornament supports Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. Together Credit Union, honoring 100 years of KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, and Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis, improving the health of all children.
It's an NFL double play Sunday on KMOX. First up, it's the Falcons at the Jets.
Siteman Cancer Center game time, 11:30 a.m. Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer.
Then the Vikings at the Seahawks. Back-to-back football this Sunday on America's Sports Voice. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Hey, just pretend there's music playing right now. Just something catchy, something upbeat. How about that? Having some technical issues over here at KMOX, and it happens sometimes, but we are here, and don't you worry about us. Thank you for being a part of the show today, Chris and Amy. Amy is out. We visited with John Hancock for most of the morning, and he is now out. But you know who's in with me right now? It is Danon Hughes, the former wide receiver and now radio analyst for the Kansas City Chiefs. You can hear Chiefs games here on 104.1 FM KMOX. And Danon Hughes joins the show today. How's it going, Danon?
It's going. I mean, I'm glad you guys were a little bit after 11:30 today because I'm watching my Hawkeyes take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and right about 11:30 is when the Huskers scored a touchdown, and then right before you called, our Hawkeyes countered that with a field goal. So I'm a little bit in a better positive mode right now. I'm finally eating Thanksgiving dinner, even though it's lunchtime, since I had to travel with the team yesterday. And so everything's good. I guess all that to be said, everything's good.
Well, yesterday did not go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought they'd get that win on the road in Dallas, despite the fact the Cowboys just beat Philadelphia, and that was 4 days ago, and then they beat Kansas City, which, by the way, the Cowboys have beaten the Super Bowl teams from last year in the span of 4 days, so I'm not sure what's going on with Dallas, and we can talk about that in a minute. But what went wrong yesterday, Danon?
Yeah, I will say, for all the commentary about schedules and schedule making, and obviously representing the AFC and Super Bowls and AFC championships, we're always going to garner the tougher schedules going into the next season. But think about what Dallas Cowboys were thinking early in the season or back in May when the schedule came out, that 2 consecutive weeks with a 4-day span in between, you would be facing both teams that represented the Super Bowl the previous season. So I give them a tip of the cap for being able to step up and play the way they have played over the course of the last week and basically put themselves in a better position to make the playoffs in the NFC. But I thought this game was a lot about us. The penalties, we had as many rushing yards, 119, as we had penalty yards, 10 penalties for 119 yards. Some ticky-tack, some I thought, and I don't want to be that guy that complains about officials like we saw last year all around the NFL where people thought we were getting favorable calls. I think that two things can be true. You can have favorable calls go in your way, but then in specific circumstances when they don't, or when they seem kind of egregious in regards to going against you, I think you can complain about it. And I thought yesterday, based on how the receivers were working for the Cowboys, you put our DBs on many occasions in impossible positions to cover guys because either it was going to be an incomplete pass or the receivers were going to initiate contact and then get the benefit of the call. So with all that being said, it wasn't our best performance. I was really disappointed with our defense, the fact that we could not rattle Dak Prescott. We got the early interception, but we did not touch him basically the entire afternoon. No sacks on the day. Chris Jones had a solid day with 4 tackles, but guys like Charles Omenihu, guys like George Karlaftis just didn't show up in the fashion that I thought they should have on that stage.
You mentioned it, and I want to get back to the team itself, but you mentioned what has been a narrative or at least a storyline this season. We've seen a lot, and it always happens where people complain about the officials.
Yeah.
It seems like the last couple of years has been worse, and the narrative out there that the Chiefs get all the calls, and everybody else is struggling, and Kansas City's always getting the favoritism, and the NFL wants Kansas City to win. But if you take a 30,000-foot view of the officiating in the league, is it as bad as people think it is, or is this just a thing that we do every year?
I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. I think it's just as inconsistent as it possibly can be. The fact that we're in this day and age where on every single pass play, literally almost every single pass play, we are looking around, and now the players are looking around for a flag.
Yep,
every play.
Yep.
And I think that's a sad state that the NFL is in, and there's got to be some adjustment. I thought they had the right idea a few years ago where they allowed pass interferences to be reviewed. The problem was, I think the egos of the officials wouldn't allow themselves to be overturned on those kind of questionable calls. So if you look back at that year where they tested throwing a review flag on pass interferences, I want to say less than a handful were overturned. To me, that's a statement. Like, you're basically telling the NFL that we don't like what you're trying to do in questioning us on this call, so we're just not going to acquiesce to what the masses want. Nobody wants to watch the game. Nobody wants to watch a basketball game where fouls are called all day. Nobody wants to watch a football game where the flags are thrown out there, especially recognizing when you have two wide receivers, 6'2", 6'3", 200 pounds, they have developed an art of creating contact and disengaging from contact, that you have to let that play out. I mean, if you're going to allow them to be physical, and I was a physical receiver myself, if you're going to allow them to be physical, allow the DBs to be physical, or just say, you know what, we're just going to throw flags all day. And I feel like the two back judges that were on the sidelines for each sideline, I don't know what they were looking at. There was very questionable calls, but I just don't like that narrative that, you know, the rules are slanted towards the offense in such an extreme fashion that defenses, as good as you are, I mean, we have an all-pro corner in Trent McDuffie, and they made him look like a rookie out there, inexperienced. And I thought it was a disservice to everybody, especially when you're talking about what could have been or may have been the most watched NFL game in history.
Yeah, and there was a lot of talk about that, and I have not seen ratings for it yet, so I am very interested to see how that turned out. Just in terms of being able to challenge, do you think penalties should be allowed? Should it be a thing where, you know, you see a blatant pass interference call get missed, and there are at least a couple of those throughout the games yesterday, all the games. I mean, that seems to happen a lot. Should coaches be allowed to throw the flag and say, hey, that dude was holding an arm. He was holding a receiver's arm, so he couldn't get up both hands to try and make the catch, and the officials missed it. Should they be allowed to challenge those?
So I will say this, and I'm not an expert at this. I just have an opinion like everybody else. There's a couple of adjustments that I think should be made. One, with the technology that we have now, I think it is definitely feasible that not only can you set up a system where reviews or initiatives are in place, but they can be done quickly. And I think the argument that has always been made by the NFL has been it'll take too long. The games will go for 4.5 hours. I don't think that's the case. Technology is real. At the college level, you see it where they will have replays initiated by the officials. They will go up to the booth on questionable hits and questionable calls. They will reverse it. And I don't think I've heard anybody complain about the length of a college football game. So it can be done in the NFL. I just don't think that they want to acquiesce to what the college level has done. And we've seen that where the egos have come into play, where NFL, NBA, they don't want to do what the college level is doing because they don't want to make it seem like they were doing something wrong. And college got it right. And in some cases, vice versa. That's one aspect. The other aspect, I believe, is that you should, if the premise of review is to get the play right, that's what we've been told, right? It's to get the play right. Then get the play right. Like, don't make it harder than it is. Don't make it more convoluted than it should be. If the premise is to get the play right, then get the play right. And it's not like the officiating at the speed of the game at the NFL level is tough. We all get it. I can give some grace to the officials because everything is full speed. And I don't think TV does a justice in regards to the speed of the game. But if the premise is to get it right, then get it right. The last part, I'm sorry to be long-winded on this, the last part is replay and review should be set and at a standard speed. I don't like that there's freeze frame in football. The game is way too fast. I think it should be, if you're going to review a play, let's say it's 30% of full speed. There should never be going lower than 30%. I think freeze frame does a disservice. There are balls that are maybe bobbled a little bit or look like they're moving. When I was a receiver, I had control of that ball. It just because it was moving around in my hands doesn't mean that I didn't have control of it. So I think those kind of adjustments, adjust the speed and get away from freeze frame, make things reviewable from the sidelines, and take a picture at a college level where the people in the booth as well as the people in New York can implement or impart their wisdom from their vantage point to get the play right on the field.
I think about, the one play, not from yesterday, but the one play in the last several years I'm thinking about, and it might be the same one you are, that you just wish could have been challenged, was that Rams-Saints game in the playoffs.
Yeah, the hit.
The just clear and obvious pass interference, and if they call it on the Rams, it's the Saints who win that game. The Saints advance in the playoffs. It was so egregiously terrible. And I don't, that's the kind of thing that should be reviewable. Come on.
Yeah, and you can even go from a Chiefs perspective, Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes in 2018, when the phantom hit to the head from Chris Jones when he clearly just glanced his shoulder. That should have been, and that was clear as day. And that's the kind of play that I'm talking about. Yeah, some of the full speed plays down the field, the jostling between a receiver and a cornerback, I get it. There's a give and take. They're pushing, I'm pushing, let it go. I don't think that happened yesterday. I thought they were getting away with pushing and we couldn't. And that's what Andy Reid even talked about in his post-game press conference. But the late hits on quarterbacks, he hit me in the head because I'm Josh Allen and I'm flopping when I go down to the ground and I get a flag. Those are the ones that you should be able to review and say, yeah, that wasn't what he fooled the officials. He flopped a little bit. It didn't really happen that way. 2nd down and 10. I think those are the instances where we should have a review system that gets it particularly right, and when it's clear as day that the officials saw something that wasn't true.
All right, Danon, so now the Chiefs, they're 6-6 on the season. I just simply did not think they were going to be here. 500 at the end of November. I thought they'd be far better than this. They might have to win out to make the playoffs. Is it? How likely is it that they miss the playoffs?
Yeah, so going into the game against Indianapolis, I thought 6-1 the rest of the way would get us in the playoffs. And now we're in a situation where we lost that one. Coincidentally, as strangely as it sounds, 6-1 and losing to an NFC team is not as bad as winning against the Cowboys and losing against the Texans next week. So, in essence, yeah, I do think we have to win out, because you have to also factor in we have the tiebreaker against the Jaguars. They won. We have a tiebreaker against the Bills. The Bills won. We have a tiebreaker against the Chargers, depending on how we play them and how they play the rest of the season. They already won one. So now with all the rest of our opponents being AFC from the AFC conference, yeah, we have to win out because we can't afford to lose to the Texans and allow them to have the tiebreaker against us. We have to definitely put a nail in the coffin for the Chargers that following week as well. We have the Broncos coming up. They're going to have a lot of incentive to play for because they're going to be looking at a possibly number 1 seed. So there's a lot on the line. We didn't do ourselves any favors by losing to the Cowboys, but I will say there is, although dimly, there is a light that allows us to control our own destiny. We have 3 home games left, and then we have the Raiders New Year's weekend, who is a dismal team. So if we can get through this gauntlet, I feel really good. And then again, let's face it, could there be a more scary team than a Chiefs team that runs the table and has that kind of momentum going into the playoffs? I don't think anybody will want to play them.
I definitely wouldn't want to play them either. All right, that is the next one, the Texans game. It's a Sunday night game on the 7th. December 7th. That's the next time the Chiefs will play. We'll be listening to Danon Hughes and Mitch Holthus on the call. We appreciate you, Danon. Thank you for being with us today.
No problem. Have a great weekend.
Same to you. Danon Hughes, Chiefs radio analyst and a former wide receiver, as the Chiefs dropped one yesterday. Again, they will not play again until December 7th, Sunday game against the Houston Texans. It's the Chris and Amy show. Amy is out. I'm Chris Ranji on KMOX.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. 600 Kelwood, St. Louis.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
This holiday, Verizon is helping you bundle up incredible gifts and savings. You'll get the latest phone with a new line on My Plan and a brand new smartwatch and tablet. No trade-in needed. Visit a Verizon store today. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Additional terms apply.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
At Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, every moment with our patients is a gift. This holiday season, you can be the reason children have hope as they fight serious illness and reach milestones once thought impossible. Your gift provides life-saving care to those who need it most. Please donate today at treeofhope.org and be the reason a child has hope for tomorrow.
Hey, Cardinal Cowboy here. Who would have thought a car crash would have led to charities, TV shows, and cheering with the best fans in the world? I'm thankful for every day. And so are my friends at Renner Garage Door. They've been turning garage doors from zero to hero since 1966. With help from trusted brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster, honest family-style service you can count on. So giddy up and get your free repair or replacement quote today. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
My best friend Jenny came over for coffee, said it's cold enough in here to play hockey. Well, my furnace broke and it's already late. Call Jerry Kelly cause they're open till 8, JerryKelly.com. They'll be here quick and have you feeling good, JerryKelly.com. Cause your furnace will be running like it should. They're certified technicians, I've been told, will help you when it's hot and help you when it's cold, JerryKelly.com. They're fast and they're good and they got it going on, JerryKelly.com.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe.
You really should be. And if you missed anything on the show today, you know what you need to be doing? You need to get the Odyssey app or the iHeart app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can go back and find the Chris and Amy Show. And you can listen to the entire thing or segments or whatever. Even your smart speaker, if you want to, you can say, hey, Alexa, play the Chris and Amy Show. And it will do it. It will bring you the most recent episode that is available to you. We're going to come back on Monday. We'll be with you then. We hope that you have a terrific weekend. And we'll see you then. Amy Marks Kors will be back on Monday. I will be out. She'll be with Michael Kelly on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. But coming up next, it is the Gas House Gang, Mike Claiborne, Matt Pauley, Chris Ranji. We'll talk some sports when we come back on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's time now for today's Spotlight on Money.
Numerous studies over the